Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our Overwatch Apex Season 3 promotion tournament. We are up to our final match of the night. Once again, going to see Rhinos Gaming Wings, unfortunately pipped at the post in their earlier series. We're going to try and get some revenge now against Afrika Freaks Red, who haven't been living up to expectations, to be perfectly honest.
No, they really have not. It's been that way since the end of the last promotion tournament in December, honestly. So there were some really rough times here for Afrika Freaks Red. It seemed like coming into this, maybe they would have a bit of an easier time advancing back into Apex, but honestly, it's been a really rough road, getting taken down 3-2 against Flashlux just last night. Now getting set up to go against Rhinos Gaming Wings. So they put on a decent performance, weren't able to win their game earlier on today. We'll see if they can do that here now.
Yeah, and they were able to take a game off X6 earlier on, and we were thinking that, yes, that was going to be tough opposition, and Afrika Freaks were possibly able to get something done. But look, honestly, it's been falling lower and lower, and despite having, some of that, ult economy that we've been talking about, there's a lot of things from Afrika Freaks Red that we were looking for. It only has been coming in these sort of lightning moments for these guys where you're like, all right, they know what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a couple of flashes of brilliance, but overall, there's nothing behind the eyes.
It's once again the consistency problem that we've been seeing with a lot of these teams. I mean, of course, it is a promotion tournament. These aren't necessarily the best in the business at this particular point.
Yeah.
But consistency is something that a lot of these teams are looking for, and we'll see whether Afrika Freaks can find it tonight. But it might be difficult against Rhinos, who have had some moments of brilliance themselves.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest issue here with the Afrika Freaks is, you talk about consistency, is the inconsistency with the roster recently having to, add some new players on, having some substitutes that they're swapping in and out.
I believe Creed's only been playing for a few days.
Yeah, they were signed, Creed and Rio, I believe, were the two. They were both signed on the 8th of April, so last-minute additions before roster lock here for the tournament. So it's been interesting. We weren't sure how it was going to work out for them. They started off sort of okay, but then as they got more and more exposed throughout the duration of their maps, they just realized that, that they're not really performing at the level that you would expect them to, given how they did at the last promotion tournament. I mean, even somebody like Attune, who was looking really good going into Apex Season 2, has not been performing well at all. And honestly, I think the weakest link, I kind of mentioned it earlier, is going to be Rio, their tank player, who is consistently out of position, not landing his ultimates when he's playing Reinhardt, and overall is just getting picked off very early on in the fights at very crucial moments. So unless he can tighten up his play, unless Attune can finally get back into form, it seems like this might just be a relatively easy win for Rhinos. I think that they might pick up the series, but Afrika, hopefully they can put up one hell of a fight. Maybe they'll take us to 5 games, or at least make them very close.
Yeah, I have a feeling that Afrika, they do have it in them to be able to take Rhinos a whole lot further. MVP Space were able to topple them in a 5-game series just earlier on, and MVP Space were a team that we weren't necessarily giving all that many props to heading into that particular one. So maybe giving a little bit too much over to the Rhinos. And you were talking about Rio, how he's a little bit disappointing. Well, Creed has been showing a lot of good things, but Rhinos is what we're going to start off with. And I want Oxo to pop off. I mean, this guy was showing us that he knew exactly what to do. A lot of cool snap kills on the Widowmaker that we have seen from him in the past, and Fury has been showing some fantastic things, but they haven't been bringing it together as a team. It's like individual performances have been working out for these guys. Otherwise, it's been a little bit of a worry. So let's bring it together and bring it home, Rhinos, because you're not out of the tournament if you lose this, but it's going to mean a whole lot of good things if you go up to meet Flashlux that you are pretty practiced at taking down so far.
Yeah. I mean, the most damning thing, losing that set to MVP Space, definitely not a good look for these guys, so let's see if they can go ahead and turn that one around. See how they fare. On the other side, there you go, it's the Afrika Freaks Red Squad. Sister Team Afrika Blue waiting for their return back into Apex Season 3. A couple steps away from having that happen. Start things off now with a win here in this best of 5. Just be one more away, closing things out tomorrow and earning their spot yet again.
And once again, talking about those the new additions to the Afrika Freaks, it has been Rio's Reinhardt mostly that has been the problem. So on maps where they are able to play these dive comps, get the Winston up in there, he has looked a whole lot better. But Creed has been doing what he can. I mean, pretty flexible. His Roadhog looked good. His Tracer looked serviceable. Now to see whether they can all bring it together. They've had an extra day to gel together. See what's going to happen as we have a look at whether or not we are going to get straight Lijiang Towers. This is the dream, and no, it's going to be Oasis.
All right,
and it wasn't straight. We did get an Oasis.
Lijiang, Oasis. So we're going to go ahead, bounce back into this one, start things off for our King of the Hill map.
And Attune actually did have some decent moments on Oasis the last time we saw the Afrika Freak, so possible chances here, because McCree didn't exactly have the best scoreline.
We'll see what they can piece together. I mean, Attune, again, as far as the DPS is concerned on this squad, has really been the inconsistent one. He showed us during the promotion tournament last time around that his Tracer, his McCree were forces to be reckoned with, but that's just been incredibly absent as of late.
Yeah. And look, what we're focusing on for either of these teams is that consistency, and we'll see who's going to be able to get that first notch on the board here as we get into game one.
I get it.
All right, you can hear fans out here in the audience for both sides. Rhinos, a couple extra showing up.
I feel like
here
Rhinos
just
are
for
winning.
this
There are
match.
some desperate pleas from the Afrika Freaks fans, though.
Please, God,
Willing their team
win the game.
to some mercy. Oh, goodness me.
Well, they're gonna do their damnedest.
Absolutely.
That is certainly for sure to get ready to start things off here on Oasis.
Got the triple tank on the side of Afrika Freaks.
Just gonna keep things there. You already mentioned Creed on that Roadhog.
Yeah.
So gonna be coming back out with this one.
Tune beginning things on the traits. We'll see whether he can have a good start. Try and get that momentum flowing here for Afrika Freaks.
All right, kicking things off over on the right-hand side of the university as they go ahead and they push in. Playing quite far forward. Yeah, just gonna build up where they can, but Attune already gets picked off. Oxo takes him out.
That is not the start that we were looking for Attune, but Oxo, we mentioned that this is the guy that we were looking at to try and have a pop-off performance.
There you go. So
already at 25%.
You can't get the best of both worlds. You have to take one or the other.
Can't have your cake and eat it too. That'd be both of the teams winning, and that wouldn't get us anywhere.
No, it would not. So there we go. It's going to be the first cap coming in for Rhinos. Attune poking in from the top side. Going to be looking to build up that pulse bomb. Dashes in on top of Oxo. Almost gets that trading kill.
Yeah,
that
actually
payback, but
here
can't
in
find
the
it yet. Really crucial barrier coming forward onto the Lucio, but the game still goes down in the end. Can't keep him up forever. He does fall, and Afrika trying to get the reclaim halfway to it. And that is going to be Wings pushing off, but now Oxo having that dead eye.
Just
really
throwing everyone
quickly.
away, meaning that they can just stack this point. Holds onto that for as long as he possibly can, and I actually quite like it. Buys them some percentage.
Be able to get anything there, but now Navi actually throwing that nano boost in over onto Creed. Not going to get really anything done. Couldn't have an opening in for a hook. In comes through.
Rio's got the ultimate. He's going to throw it down, but actually misses everyone. Ante, I believe, just going to bury that one up just fine.
Pulse bomb comes out, doesn't find anything either, but it's going to be Wings pushing back through. They get 2 kills down onto Afrika. They stop the take.
Yeah,
they're going to just
50%
start
now.
ticking up.
Looking all too easy at the moment for Rhinos, but this has been a thing that we have experienced in the past. It was turned around by MVP Space. Some opportunities for Afrika Freaks, most certainly. There's still 30% to go, 35.
So ultimates to be had here. It's going to be a
Not
charge
sure whether it
so
actually hit
far.
anyone.
Trying to get
Graviton
the kill.
Surge. It's going to land on Afrika Freaks. That gets out the sound barrier. There's the self-destruct getting thrown. Oh, the triple!
Oh.
My God, Fury! I just don't think they saw it.
Everybody on the wrong side of the shield. Rio walks through, but everybody just completely caught out by that self-destruct. A massive win for Fury.
Follows it up with the kill onto Attune. That's the Quadra. And Fury doesn't look furious.
And that's already 90% here for Wings. Might just be able to full cap this from 0. And Afrika just completely struggling to have one ultimate that can toss out the self-destruct to try to buy some time. Might just be the play. Oxo does take Attune rather low.
Good high ground positioning here, but jumps down behind the shield. Just to say with his teammates, we're in overtime now. 0%, unfortunately. There's the self-destruct, gets a double. Oxo couldn't make his way behind the right wall as Ante also falls for that one, but still here.
Rings trying to buy some time. Envy does go
no,
down. Can't use
double
the Graviton
back.
Surge, and honestly, this might just be the recap coming through at 99%, and it is. Freaka finally gained control, but Wings have so many ultimates at their disposal that they can use to try to get this retake very quickly.
Yeah, Umte can come in there. They've got the double tank ults.
A Graviton Surge into an Earth Shatter if they can get the flank into
And the
a
Deadeye will
Deadeye.
be there as well. That would be so huge onto stun targets.
It could just be multiple kills coming out. We'll see how Wings want to approach this one. They have plenty of time to work with at the moment. Looks like they're just going to go ahead and push right through the front door.
Yeah, Gabe charging things up to try and stop this. There's a possible retake opportunity. Oh, there's the Earth Shatter. Massive stuns! As Tidal is just going to be destroyed in that mech. Actually, no. Going to get grenaded and survives. Fury takes down Rio as they trade Reinhardt's.
He gets popped back up. Umte, that does go down, but Rio does the same. Oxo popping that Deadeye. No shield here coming through.
Graviton comes in, gets another couple, but no, unfortunately, it's just going to get soaked by the D.Va. Pulse bomb? No.
Eaten up by D.Va, actually. Gets consumed by Fury. Right before it connected, Oxo able to finish off Greed. They're going to go in to try to get this retake. The Nano boost coming through in onto Rio as he pushes forward. The charge comes out, not going to find anybody. He's losing time with the Nano.
Rio just unfortunate positioning as Oxo's just happy to play around with him. Nice flashbang's going to stun him in his tracks. Good sleep dart there as well onto the D.Va.
Won't find anything, but honestly, Freaka, this has been a really good hold for them so far. 75% about to be achieved for the red side.
Waiting off to the side.
There's still a lot of combo potential here for Wings. They have 3 ultimates ready to go. Oxo already popping that Deadeye.
Just trying to get them off this point, and I like that one. There's the sleep.
Oh,
no.
They got the mech.
Yeah, going to kill the mech. Mango's able to take down Tyler as well as he pops out. A tune kills Oxo, but Umte is able to take down Na'Vi. Not a lot of support remaining here. As in goes Fury. This D.Va is going off at this stage. Envy gets the Nano. He's going to be able to throw this beam all the way through, but no charge on it, to be honest.
Yeah, he doesn't have any power right now. No energy going over to him, so he's really just tickling the members of a Freaka Freaks Red as they try to get this recap a couple seconds away.
They are so
being
close
able
to
to
it.
claim it.
Graviton is there. He's going to throw it down immediately. Fury grabs a double. As Tidal and Creed both fall down, and this could actually be the turnaround for the Wings. Actually, no, Quartermain grabs Umte, so frontline going to be going down. Rio's going to kill Oxo off to the side, and Achune takes down a Gabe.
It's really all about Fury and Envy right now. They're the only ones alive as Mango is sprinting back in as Soldier 76, but he won't be able to buy a whole lot of time.
Oh no!
He gets
just
booped
popped off.
Yeah, booped out as he gets ejected. And actually a Freaka Freaks, they pick up the first round on University.
From 0 to 99%, that full hold the whole way through. Never able to retake that point. Nicely done for Freaka Freaks.
I mean, it's a good retake, but honestly still really rough that it took him so long to be able to get that recap. The victory is the most important thing.
Yep, in the end of the day, it's that little one that you put in the column.
Rhinos still looking pretty formidable here, even after that loss earlier on today. So we'll see how they fare as we move on to the next point, see whether we're going to get Garden or City Center. Maybe then the Pharaohs will start coming out to play.
Hope so.
And there we go.
Finally
be matched. Already ready to go. Loaded up, Attune and Envy both piloting the Pharaoh. Pharmacy Comp coming through. Genji is here for Tidala.
Envy has had some worrying times on this Pharah. See whether we can turn that one around as Attune.
Nice body shot.
Yeah, gonna hit one. There's the heal back.
Yeah. Needs at least 3 with the heals coming through onto the Mercy. Quick succession to take down the enemy Pharah. Jumping up into the face. That rocket boost, trying to land these hits, but just cannot find it. But meanwhile, Imte is going to be the first one to go down as Rio finishes them off.
Oh, Oxo able to get them very, very low here as Mango's able to boop Creed away. Rio's killed a Gabe though, so not a lot of healing now available inside of Rhinos.
Cap starting to come through. Freaka keeping this one contested, making sure the Rhinos cannot get it for free.
She's going to grab that suit as Fury does eventually fall down. Nicely done. Rio bounces his way in here as a Freaka Freaks.
I mean, he's already got a primal range ready to go. He's going to pop it to try to buy enough time for the rest of the team to rejoin to prevent this cap. Just knocking them away.
Not
closer and closer for Wave, but they still can't have it.
And it's just going to bounce his way out. So it looks like this cap may come through. No, jumps back in. Rio's holding on to this one as Umte's going down very, very low, just getting zapped down. He's knocked out eventually, but Umte's able to take down Creed. Nicely done. Oh god, Tidal are going off here with the Dragon Blade. The Gabe's the first to fall, but Oxo's able to pop him out of the sky. Nicely done. There's the sound barrier coming down just to try and protect on the side of the Wings.
And Wings are still just haven't gotten this cap off.
Oh, Na'Vi just gets double booped from Embry out of the sky. Nicely played.
Both sides are so close
God,
here.
Oxo.
Barrage coming down here from Attune does pop Fury's mech. Here, see a Gabe walking in, gets the double res coming through, bounces back, able to heal up onto Oxo, keeping him alive, and the cap has still not happened.
No one able to get that one done. Fury takes down Tidal one more time. So that was Oxo picking himself up yet another kill. This guy's been instrumental as, oh, you cheeky little devil. Quartermain, get down! Get down from there. Oh, God.
Gonna get dizzy trying to chase him up on the wall. They finally are able to pop him. Gonna get a couple members, but he still bought so much time. Pulse Bomb comes out, 2 kills picked up here for Freak of Freaks, just trying to prevent this even further. See the meter starting to drop as they start to
come on,
get
mate, is able to get him out of the sky. Nicely done as Attune now on his own. None of that pocket mercy to happen. Concussive gonna come out as he does get the high position, needs the second. Another concussive, oh, that was so close. This is hilarious. Particular battle, this Fury that's able just to boost up there and say, all right, I'll take care of this. There is the rocket barrage. So much damage. The double comes in. Theoretically, his Tidal falls swiftly afterwards. Oxo grabs Rio as well, and there's finally the cap.
They finally get the first cap. It's going to start ticking up here. So back and forth from both sides. Neither team wanting to just hand that over. Is constantly pouring in one after a time, not even just trying to regroup, say, okay, you know what, let them get the first cap, we'll go in, do a nice team effort to get it back.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a constant stream of players running in.
It's a constant stream of Pharah mid-air battles. It seems to be happening a lot. There's the first one. Heal up comes in easily.
And they keep getting these body shots in. Envy hasn't gotten tagged by the Mercy yet. One more hit would take him out, but he's finding shots in on the Na'Vi.
He's in trouble. Does dash afterwards. There's the damage boost, actually, deciding not to keep his Pharah healthy, just wants to do more damage. Oh my God. Massive damage out as Attune's going to win that particular aerial assault.
Na'Vi going to go ahead and get the res off. Just one person that still wants to commit in for this one. Gabe holding onto his own. There's 2. Sees it, pops it immediately.
Unfortunately, 2 respawns right before those, so Wings don't have a couple of their members here in this pit.
It's going to be a Freaka. They have now that sound barrier ready to go. Attune going to be looking for a barrage, dashing in from above, trying to snipe out onto a Gabe. Or onto Mango. Just find him in the end with the help of Freed. Now he's right back to the Pharah battle. One hit would do it, and he gets taken out by Tidal from the ground floor.
Yeah, just shows how much damage he was able to do. The long-range Diva, not necessarily something you expect to pick up kills. And oh my God, a Freak of Freaks gone nuts on this point here as we get the switch over at 77%. Rhinos.
All right, a Freaka. Can they hold this yet again? All the way to 100% is going to be the question.
I think I've seen this movie before, Achilles.
Yeah, it's just a replay. Coming out.
Yeah. It's now Attune getting into position. So Freak of Freaks with a pretty healthy reset, honestly. Getting themselves exactly where they want to be, all topped off. Now the Wings opt into whichever exit they want. Oh, that was cute.
I was really hoping that he was going to go for the pulse bomb, because if he landed it, that would have been absolutely crazy to see.
I think it was intelligent, though, because he was just slightly out of range and would have looked weird if the thing had just fallen out of the sky. Blood damage here from Oxo, though. Gets the recall, snaps back a bunch of his health. Oh, Na'Vi.
So dangerously low.
Oh, God, there it is. The long-range tracer there as well.
It doesn't matter about the bullet spray when you're that low. Pulse bomb coming through, trying to pop that mech. We'll be able to get it in the end, but that's going to be the self-destruct being followed through with Tidala.
No, still able to get out of the way, so no worries. Envy,
Envy.
Lots of damage onto Attune as Oxo just commits suicide in celebration, I think, for something.
So it's a really poor
just danced his way out.
celebration.
He's like, I'm off. Out of here. Something cool happened. I'm done.
He might have tried playing in traffic.
Yeah. Always a bad news story. That's it, kids. Moral of this story. Oh, there's the... Okay, so that's what he was trying to do before.
All right, but yeah, that was really off. He was much closer the first time around.
Severely optimistic. He would have got it that time.
Yeah, should have just held on to it. A bit too overzealous there. Res coming through from Na'Vi yet again, just boosting up Attune, just trying to keep him in the fight.
Yep, Tidal goes down, though. Immediately, so that res not available as Na'Vi gets 2 popped.
Pins him
there
right
from
into
Envy.
the wall.
That's exactly what they want. As Attune's in trouble, he's against the wall, and that's going to spell the end for him as Envy grabs another one. Did throw down the rocket barrage there as well, but only managed to get 1 kill onto Rio. Oh no, Quartermain fell at the same time.
Doesn't matter, that's going to
be the Wings, look at this. That's the only ultimate they used. All 5 left, and there's only 20% to go.
Yep, this could be a really good hold for Wings. A Freak of Freaks
There's still one more opportunity, but they have to do it ultless.
And they're going to have to show off some crazy mechanical prowess to take this one back with all the ultimates that Wings have at their
and
disposal.
already Na'Vi gets half health with these rockets as in goes Oxo.
Na'Vi going low, getting the hit up here. Makes it behind the wall, but he still goes down as Fury finishes him off.
Yeah, Fury actually grabbed that with a self-destruct, which is ridiculous. Humte is able to take down a choose. There's the pulse from. That's going to finish off the mech suit. And Tidal is going to fall in the end. This is the Wings we're expecting into this series, and this point has been a true show of force for these guys towards the end.
All members are going to be respawning from Afrika, running back. Quartermain going low. Creed almost dies. They finally get him. Umti with that Primal Rage taking out the Lucio. Clock still ticking.
And he wants to clean this one up, and there it is. Monkey
Rio
decides not to stay in.
Yeah, Rio leapt out, and it was already in overtime for so long that the bar just plummets. So it's going to be the tie-up here, 1-1 on Oasis. Wings fire back.
Yeah, so that was the Rhinos we were expecting moving in, but it is going to be all tied up. So we'll see whether they can continue this momentum forward. Try and grab themselves the first one on the board. But one thing I was really impressed with that we haven't necessarily seen from the Rhinos was Envy. That guy was looking pretty damn good on the far, and he had some question marks next to him. We were watching his play earlier on.
Definitely a good showing from him, going toe-to-toe with the Toon, and Na'Vi consistently taking him down. Exchange of blows on both sides, but here we go. Moving over to Garden. It'll be the final round for Oasis. We'll see who's going to take the lead in this best-of-5, last one of the night.
Yeah, and it's important to note that Envy has really been sort of that Roadhog Genji Tracer type player. Hasn't necessarily been much of a Pharah historically, but has certainly put a whole lot of time into it recently to try and learn that one up as Umte is able to take down Tidal, who's switched over to this Genji.
It's already such a great start here for Wings, getting rid of Na'Vi.
Oh,
Rio falls as well. 3 kills already go over to Wings.
Oh
Wings
no, and
unanswered.
Achun just going to reset himself, gets himself off to the side. Falls into the hole. This double tank composition not necessarily working out just yet.
Honestly, if you're a Toon in this situation, I think maybe you move away from the pharmacy comp. You stop trying to go toe-to-toe here with Envy. It wasn't winning out those battles for the most part there on the last round in City Center. So maybe something like the McCree that he's been known for, just trying to sniper out of the sky.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it yet, but Creed getting things going here, finding that first kill as he takes down Mango. And the gate will fall as well, so both the healers from Wings have been eliminated.
A lot of the trades now coming in. We'll see whether this is going to be Wings holding on, or whether Afrika Freaks can make it work out with the extra sustain that they will have with Quartermain still being alive. Envy up in the sky though, raining hell down, and Achun going to lose the fire battle once more. Out of the suit goes Fury, and Quartermain's going to finish him off there as Creed just jumps off the side, unfortunately.
Gets taken out yet again.
Switch still a possibility though.
Recap hasn't come through yet, and the percentage is still ticking up for Afrika Freaks.
Oh man, Envy. Beastly only needs one more. There's no mercy in sight as Quartermain is going to fall back in the pit, so Afrika Freaks losing one of those supports, and he had his ultimate available. Quartermain needs to try and boost his way back in here to get that one off. As, oh my god, it's 4 kills in such quick succession. That's the ultimate. Envy finishes off Rio, that rocket barrage, and now's the cap.
They basically recap it right as the tie would have been coming through. 35% accrued for Afrika Freaks as Wings takes over the point yet again.
Yeah,
see
it's
how
been
long they can
much
hold
more
this one
chaotic
for.
now that we've sat under the garden though. Good to see Afrika Freaks fighting back with a little bit more prowess.
Still have to get through these ultimates that Wings have for themselves. So res going to be a very crucial one here as long as the gate doesn't get taken down early in the fights.
Yeah.
Oxo.
On. Oh god, Achun just in the wrong place at the wrong time as Oxo was trying to escape from that angry monkey. Primal Rage is flying through here as the dashes are coming out. This Trace is staying so safe, and Fury takes down Rio as well. Just buying so much space as everyone's trying to focus him down when he's being a nuisance. And Tidal just jumps off to the side to get that reset.
And here we go. Achun's actually going to swap. He goes over to the Soldier, but I feel like this is much too late. Already 80% on the clock that he tries to go for this one instead of the Pharah. And even then, the McCree might just have been a better idea.
Well, now he's on the ground. And this means that Envy can just stand up there, try and take him down. Of course, Soldier probably picked to try and get rid of Envy, and at the moment is doing okay. Mercy going to be falling as well as Gabe taking a lot of damage.
I mean,
but overtime's hit.
You do a decent job of trying to get rid of Envy and a gate, but it doesn't matter. He has to get into a position, has to build up that attack buy. So you can see the res coming through here, just trying to keep everybody alive. Wings still are down. Mango and a gate is going low, trying to keep himself safe, trying to get that regen coming through, but he's not going to have it. And that's several kills picked up by the Afrika Freaks.
Oh, Afrika Freaks
firing away
nuts.
from the high ground. Will be able to take down Fury. That should be the recap for them as they take it out in overtime. 37%. A long road ahead, but they're keeping themselves alive in this game.
Good patience from the Wings, though. Mango holding on to that sound barrier. Envy still with that rocket barrage, understanding where they were in that fight, knowing that they're not just going to throw ultimates out willy-nilly just to try and hold on desperately, because that wasn't going to happen. The recap does come in, but now more of an opportunity to take that one back here for the Wings with a few options available to them.
See here, that nano boost coming through. I haven't seen who it's on yet, and that's going to be the sound barrier answer from both sides. Both desperately trying to stay alive. Envy fishing for a barrage spot. Looking out where he can, finds Quarterman, can't get the hit. Goes in, Tac Visor comes down.
Oh god, rocket barrage! Envy gets a few kills, but Rio's able to silence him in the end. And it looks like Afrika Freaks might actually be able to get this one done. Creed dancing around on this Tracer as well, looking good. Tidollar finishes off a couple of members as Fury's just going to jump himself away. 88%, and can the Wings actually find themselves back onto this point, or will this be Afrika Freaks Red knocking over this first match?
It's going to be so close here. Both teams having the self-destruct from the Divas. Oxo has the pulse bomb ready to go. Creed on fire. Looking to build up one of his own as they try to push back in here. Jumping in forward, trying to get onto a gate, but they take him out. The pulse bomb from Oxo does get rid of Rio.
They're going to trade that one, but Afrika Freaks get one back. Umte and Oxo are both going to fall down. Envy grabs the kill onto Na'Vi, but is it going to be enough? There is going to be the self-destruct, just buying some space here on the side of Fury, but already getting taken down solo. Another self-destruct, and that's going to secure it. Afrika Freaks lock it down for our first map.
All right, Afrika. Hard fought. Wings barely going down in those maps, but Afrika able to come out on top.
This is what you were talking about before, Achilleos, as well. I mean, we could certainly have a series on our hands, and if this was anything to go on, certainly looking relatively close for both of these guys.
See how things change as they move away from the control point style maps. Next up will be hybrid. This is where we'll get a really good sense of how the rest of this series could unfold.
Yeah.
But for now, Afrika going to start things off with a 1-0. If they could go up 2-0, be so crucial for them that, again, they don't want to get reverse swept.
Yeah, that one-game buffer as well has just been so useful for a lot of these teams, irrespective of what happens next. I mean, you're just tying up a series now, and it feels like so much more of a battle. Because now, if Afrika win the next one, they're up to set point. They've got so many grace games that they can throw away and still take the victory. We saw Flashlux do exactly that. You know, you pip them at the post in the last game, and it's as if those last two never even happened. So, it's really good news for Afrika Freaks. And it's really good to see them finding some sort of form.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still those issues that we were talking about. Rio wasn't having exactly the best time, especially on that first point, but was certainly pulling it back after that.
Yeah, it really just seems like it is the Reinhardt, the Winston working out considerably better for him. So as long as Afrika want to try to operate with some sort of dive composition, they might be finding some more success as we move into hybrid payload style maps. Next, we'll find out what our battleground is going to be.
Yeah.
Seeing a couple different options here. Seen Kings Row, Embody, and Eichenwald today.
Yeah, I feel like feeling Kings Row. I like it.
Alrighty, so going back, keeping it fairly standard. The most popular map, you'd have to say, so far throughout this tournament, other than maybe Hanamura.
Yeah. Nijong Tower was pulling its weight as well, but Oasis has crept back in.
I've got a couple of those coming through.
Yeah.
Alright. Kings Row choice here made by Rhinos Gaming Wings. So they have some pretty significant confidence coming into this one. See if they can go ahead and take this one away. They were able to take this map off of MVP space earlier today. It's one of two that they got for themselves.
Yeah, and they looked good doing it as well, especially when they were pushing it up through that streets phase.
Trying to play to their strengths.
Have to remember, MVP space were able to buy heaps and heaps of time towards the end of this map. Part of the worries here is that, you know, they might be able to get the cap, but then retaking control of these games has been what Rhinos have struggled with. See whether that's going to be something that they are able to work on when we move on to King's Row for our second set of the night. This is such a big deal for a Freak of Freaks. If they can do it, then they'll move to set point. We'll see if they can.
I get it.
All right, fans still showing their support.
To the best of their ability.
Yeah, to the best of their ability. It's getting a little bit late here, 9:30, and still.
And it's a Thursday night as well. Still a school night.
Actually, many more games to go.
Yeah. You know, it's starting to get to that point where you really want to be trying to get that beauty rest. So we appreciate you guys staying up with us. Hopefully you're doing your homework at the same time.
The casual 5:30 a.m. homework for the West Coast people.
Yeah. That's called cramming. It's called having that's like the MVP Infinity strategy. You know? Very last minute. You're in overtime. Trying to grab it. Well, we'll see exactly what Rhinos are going to bring out this time. Oxo just going to throw out the first scouting arrow, see where everyone's at.
See if he can spot anything. Looks like he's going to be looking more towards the theater. Won't find anybody, though. We'll see that swap coming through. It's going to be free for him.
Like Oxo's for free. Whether that's going to be something you can find some form of success on.
Solo DPS for both of these teams, Oxo, and then a tune now over on that Soldier.
Grab themselves a Roadhog on the side of Creed, though, as well. We'll see whether that's going to be something he's going to get as much success on as he did earlier on. Was very, very good. That 0 to 99 push, they managed to pick up, and Umte already able to take down Tydola, the help of Envy.
He goes ahead, burns him down, has a max energy just about here on
so
this Zarya.
much
He is
power.
just melting right through, and that's just going to be the cap immediately here.
Some serious brute force coming out of Rhinos Gaming Wings.
Really solid start, almost 6 minutes on the clock here.
It was like they were high school kids going into the primary school playground, you know? Just bullying them out. It's like, kids just get off the playground. It's just despicable. Now they're going to try and push this one through. We'll see whether it is going to be Freaka trying to hold this one back, where they're going to do it as well. A few choke opportunities here down this street space.
Right now they're playing really far forward up towards that payload. They might go ahead go back
Look at these ult charges, though, coming out of Rhinos. They've got so many opportunities here. The Deadeye's there as well as that Earth Shatter if things start to get dicey. But thankfully, Rio, he's got his as well. As there's the Deadeye.
Can he find a hit,
being
though?
Spotted, though. One hit. No, the barrier's there. Good shield.
Not going to find anything there. See that.
Oh, Oxo just going to snipe off Tydola.
Yeah, boost thrown down there onto Envy just to try to keep things rolling. It's enough to go ahead and zone a Freaka back.
Got the
High energy
Graviton
yet
as well.
again. Earth
Yeah,
Shatter
wow.
connects onto both of them. Can they follow up the kills, though? And a boost comes through onto Creed, keeping him alive.
Still need to be pushing this payload through, getting a little bit ahead of themselves. Rhinos Gaming Wings, but my goodness, there's still 4.5 minutes and they're about to get up to point A of this push.
Big block on that Earth Shatter, so not able to find anything is Rio. Throwing it straight into the face of Umte.
Yeah, so now charging his back up as well, almost to 25%, so nicely done. Soaking as much damage as he can, but at least the Freak of Freaks have got control back. Trying to shove this back through the choke around this corner.
Yeah, but at least for the moment, but they have to be careful. Graviton Surge is available here for Envy.
Oh, Creed gets the hook, but unfortunately it's onto the Diva. Not exactly the target of choice.
Barrier is there
Graviton
as well.
Surges. Look at this, the whole hog comes out. Creed's going to fall as Oxo grabs one kill with the Deadeye.
Goes ahead, takes him out, now pushing forward, trying to find more. Get down on top of Navi, but can't find him, but they do get Rio instead. So Wings still pushing forward, nicely done by them, and that's going to be the nano boost coming through onto Envy, just burning away at everybody.
The mega charge.
Yeah, just absolutely shredding them down, vaporizing his foes. 5 minutes on the clock for Wings to push in for this third and final point. Things looking rather good for them.
Look, it's so clean. for these guys. All right, now.
Afrika, the last stand.
Yeah, look, MVP space could do it. See whether Afrika Freaks can. I mean, this is where you want to try and hold. It's just around this corner up towards the top.
See, gonna be looking for that Earth Shatter. Pretty good so far. Self-destruct gets tossed out. Graviton Surge comes down. He shoved it to the side here, trying to go ahead and dash his way back. The Earth Shatter does connect in from Rio. And now Afrika Freaks find their opening. They try to get some kills coming through. They take out Mango. They get Umti, but now suffering losses on the backside.
Oh, God.
Kogzo comes in, takes out the Reinhardt, takes out the Soldier. Looking for the Deadeye snipe. Can't quite get it. But still, turn that one on its head. Wings continue forward.
Holds them all the way off this point, as well as Envy still with about 80 charge on that giant laser beam. Doing a bunch of work. Oh, throws out the ultimate there as well. Everyone getting sucked in. Good barriers are down and not actually able to pick up too much.
They siphon them in. That's going to be 3
kills.
Oh, God.
Oxo says, nope. We can pick up as much as you want. As that kill off to the side was disgusting. Fury takes down a tune. And this is looking like the Wings will push this all the way up, and that's it. 3 minutes 30 in the bank.
Yeah, 3:32. Absolutely monstrous time bank here for Rhinos, and Afrika to have the pressure on them to try to match that performance. It is going to be insanely difficult to pull that off.
After that first win from Afrika, it's like they left their computers and then they forgot to come back, to be honest. Because that was pretty brutal from the Rhinos with that first shove.
Yeah, they just got ripped apart there. So now having to come back in, try to at least tie the time bank, if not beat it to 3:32, which means that they're going to be looking for that first push cap onto the payload and then shove it all the way down without getting stopped. Seems they put themselves in a bit of a pickle. The defense from Afrika Freaks not nearly strong enough.
Yeah, now Afrika Freaks going to change things up just a tad. We'll see whether they stick to some of these picks or whether it's going to be switched out.
Going for the Pharah on attack here on Kings Row. It's not something that we've seen.
We actually have seen it today. I mean, we've been watching our friends from before, Flashlux, do very much like that. It's a Pledis style choice. Navi's going to be the dedicated arrow shooter. Trying to scope something out that you can see. Rhinos not going to be phased by any of that funny business. They're staying very far back. Just doing graffiti. Extra 20 seconds. Get some art on the walls.
I wish we had the actual sprays. So we could get some,
I'm pretty sure I thought we were able to, you know?
It might be an Apex only.
Frustrating. Yeah, nice. Managed to get to the top. That's cute. Fury showing up.
All right, here we go. 5 seconds. Afrika will see how they can manage this first attack. So they will be sticking with a tune in on the Pharah. Otherwise, dive comp coming out. So this is going to be a triple DPS comp. Only Rio as the tank, which you'd have to expect is a little bit risky here for Afrika to try out.
Tidal does seem to do this a lot though. Just pops out with the Genji just once to see whether he can possibly get a whole bunch of ult charge or something like that.
Oh, a tune going low.
Actually, very defensive positioning here from the Rhinos as well, almost giving up this first point completely.
You're going to have to get back in here, Umte. Just have that Discord orb on him, so he can get melted through very quickly. Avi getting jumped on from behind. Trying to avoid this big Raven. There we go, Oxo. He lands the headshots, but is it in time for Wings to stop this push? Looks like the answer is going to be yes. They actually shoved them off.
Double kill. Too nice here as Tidal are probably going to switch. Now that he comes back, we'll see whether he stays on this Genji. Actually decides to. Got to 57% charge, so doesn't want to waste a Dragon Blade.
Only a fraction left remaining on that cap. It does get reduced down, but second tick is there for Afrika. So he can try to go ahead and push back in, but already getting delayed like this makes it harder to match that final time bank that Wings have improved for themselves on attack. Attune getting picked off also does not help as Envy is a recipient of that nano boost. Burning ammo right out of the sky.
God,
finds Navi and Tidal right off the backside of this, and Wings are just annihilating the Afrika Freaks.
And we use the analogy hot knife through butter a lot, but that's literally what that looked like right there. That beam tearing them up. It's like a lightsaber that goes out extraordinarily far.
Basically what it is.
So much damage though. Envy's is on fire now. Grabs that Graviton Surge now already. As Oxo gets the crit onto Creed. That's a one-shot.
Yeah, throws him down, and that's just going to be a double kill. The pin coming through as well as they finish off Rio.
Okay, Rhinos. Okay, Envy.
This dive comp, they need to change something up. You can see Tidal trying to keep himself alive, but just
kill.
taken down at the end. And will they swap up the composition? Because it's clearly not working. They can't get on top of these Discord Orbed Wings members in time. The Freak of Freaks Red are just getting picked off one by one.
Yeah. With absolutely no answer there either, as Tidal can use the ultimate to try and at least disrupt, as Rocket Barrage is going to be there as well, but not anymore, as the Tune's going to die to Oxo, just crits him in the face. Is Creed going to jump through? Tidal are at full health, but he's trying to build charge now. Looks like a Freak of Freaks not going to make it onto the point just yet. And I mean, Rhinos have just been pulling back and pushing forward exactly when they want to, dictating the pace of when they want to be going in and out. Starting the fights on their terms, and it's been working out so well. They've eaten up so much of this time. There's only a minute to go. Yeah,
I mean, the best thing that Freak of Freaks have going for them right now is their ult economy, and it's being surpassed basically by that of Wings anyway. They also almost have 6, but you can see so far the barrage coming down from a 2. He does find one as he takes out Oxo. It's going to be a nice opener here, at least for a Freak Up, but they need much more in order to take this point. That is going to be the Transcendence out from Na'Vi, keeping his team alive, at least for the moment. Pulse Bomb coming through the barrier, tossed on by Envy, does keep the
Envy's going to grab his ult here as well, so he can throw that one down if he wants, but no, Creed's actually just going to crit him in the face. Take that one down, gets the double as Umte's going to fall as well. So nice work from Afrika, and we'll see whether this means the cap. As the Dragon Blade came out.
So actually, yeah, 6v6 just about on those ultimates. Envy unable to use the Graviton Surge. Might have been able to change the pace of that fight and maybe keep things alive for his team, but doesn't get the opportunity. Good target selection actually comes out from a Freak of Freaks.
If you're Rhinos, though, you're still pretty happy, Achilleos.
Oh, sure. I mean, you burned out so much time on the clock. 2 minutes, 40 seconds for them to have to shove through the streets and then still have to complete the map in order to win.
Exactly.
So this is going to be a very tough road ahead for Afrika. Very much not out of the woods yet. See though, Wings feeling comfortable enough to go ahead and push forward, want to play very aggressively as Envy tries to get his energy up, waiting on those barriers.
Yeah, needs to be able to put them out on the right targets. Has been having really high charge early. His Zarya has been very impressive. Barrier goes down as Afrika look to dive in towards the back line, and Envy just going to be backing away with the rest of his team. Good shielding coming out here as well, but Umte is going to fall down. Earthshatter 5% away. Fury and Envy sitting on their ultimates as well. There's the ult actually from Envy thrown out right now. A lot of damage, but not a heck of a lot of follow-up as Fury throws down his ult. He's going to take down Rio, but Na'Vi's dead as well. That's the support gone. Atun's going to die as Envy just zapping people. Quartermain's going to fall. No more support left.
This is completely just Envy's map. He basically dictates the pace of this game. If he is dead, then Afrika can try to, they can maybe succeed, but
I feel a bit embarrassed. I feel a bit embarrassed because I was throwing some shade at Envy earlier on, and he didn't look that great in our first series. But my God, he must have been listening, man. That's what's happening because he's proven me so wrong.
He spent the time from that series and just has been practicing,
meditating
in the back room. So the Zarya really coming through for him right now.
Yeah.
And already just a minute left. So Afrika, even if they can get back to the payload and finish this push, they won't be able to match the time bank of Rhinos Gaming Wings, so they will still be coming in at a disadvantage.
It's looking right now like Rhinos Gaming Wings are the ones pushing the payload, to be perfectly honest.
They basically are. They're shoving it back slowly but steadily. Creed going forward, just have that Pulse Bomb ready to go. The barrage comes down, mostly blocked by Umte's shield, but he will fall in the end, and actually Mango does die.
Going so low. This could be huge for a Freak of Freaks.
The Discord Orb coming out there. They pop Envy, and that's going to be the team kill.
That's the one.
That should give them a shove here into point 2, but there's 30 seconds left of the clock. It's not going to be a whole lot of time to deal with, but it is possible for Afrika to finish this. They basically have to keep the payload moving the entire time.
Yeah, so 20 seconds to go. And we know that this is a point that they're likely to stall.
There you go, minute
relatively
45.
Easily. Yeah, nothing really. As far as that is concerned, less than half of the time bank.
Yep.
Rhinos have available.
Creed going low, trying to poke where he can. Needs to get another Pulse Bomb up here immediately. Only at 56% at the moment.
Yeah, just charging some ultimates here on the side of Rhinos, but Fury doesn't even need one as he takes down Atune. June probably not wanting to be on that far and sort of tighter space. Doesn't have a whole lot of headroom, although more than most.
I think the swap out would actually be very well advised here for Toon. There we go. Will be the McCree coming out. Bit of a delay, so that it will halt him getting back in onto this payload for a bit, but now we're in underneath a minute for Afrika to finish this push. They have to do so, or else Wings is going to tie up the series 1-1.
Oxo very, very close to that Deadeye, and he's going to be able to pick it up. So Electric Cowboy an opportunity here. Mango and Oxo both with their ultimates.
MV trying to sneak his way around the back, and that Graviton Surge does find it. Locks up multiple members
Oxo's
going in with
gonna
the
be
high
taken
energy,
down.
and that's going to be the
Huge
self-destruct
from
down on top of
Fury.
it. They get rid of it, a triple kill coming in as Tynala goes down off the backside, and Envy chases in, gets rid of Rio. A team wipe with 30 seconds left on the clock, almost certainly going to be the victory here for Wings.
That was absolutely stunning, and Mango and Oxo still have ultimates available, so they can use that as a zoning tool. They're not going to be able to walk in that front door very easily.
It's only one final push here for Afrika Freaks. A Transcendence and a Pulse Bomb. The only ultimates that they have to utilize.
Smacked off the edge.
Creed already goes down, so one of their ultimates taken away from them. It's going to be the Deadeye coming through. Oxo looking for a target. Finds Rio.
Boom!
He turns to the side, gets Navi on top of it, and follows up with another one
Oxo.
onto Quartermain. Absolutely brutalizes the Afrika Freaks red. Creed coming back in, trying to buy enough time, but he's just not going to be able to do it. They can't get close enough. And Rhinos Gaming Wings will take our second map, tying up the series 1-1.
Emphatically tying up that series as well. Utterly stunning performance on Kings Row. Picked it for a reason. Felt very, very comfortable. And if you're talking about momentum shift, that is certainly the way to do it.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Just absolutely stomping out Afrika. Nearly full holding them at the first point when they tried to get the payload. Weren't able to do that, but did pretty well in the end, you'd have to say, picking up that win. So nicely done overall. And then we're going to be moving over to our 2-point capture map. Of course, we're going to have that quick little break.
Yeah, having a slight break, but man, this is very, very good for the Rhinos. Afrika now with a little bit more time, I guess, to play with, possibly discuss exactly what went wrong and what they can adjust moving into our next map. So it could be an opportunity for them now in this small break that we are going to have to get that one done.
I just don't know if there's enough time.
And consistently, man. Like, this is exactly what we've been talking about. How do they win the first point so nicely in a lot of those moments to just disintegrating on Kings Row? It's like there's an actual, like, debuff on them at certain maps in this game. Very unfortunate, but we are going to go to a short break. When we get back, we'll see whether it is going to be the Rhinos finishing it off. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Super Week of our Apex Season 3 promotions. I'm Atlas, this is Achilleos, and we have a series tied up here between Rhinos and Afrika Freaks Red. Both of these guys looking okay at certain points, but Rhinos really with an emphatic victory last time on Kings Row.
I mean, let's
carry that momentum.
Let's not sugarcoat it. They absolutely smashed Afrika Freaks, nearly getting the full
Would it be a
hold.
gutter stomp? Are we going with American History X style right here?
That would be a curb stomp.
Curb stomp, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We say gutter.
Ah, all right. You weird old Australians. So bizarre with
I don't know
your
whether we actually.
vernacular.
I don't want to speak for all Australians. Maybe I'm just
I thought
an idiot.
I thought you were the ambassador of Australian vernacular. But
Definitely
okay.
not. There'd be a lot of very angry Australians.
All right, duly noted.
Me right now, I assure you of that. Don't you worry. Don't judge all of them via me, because I am awfully strange. Let's find out where we're going. I'm hoping for Volskaya.
I know you are, and there you go. Wish granted.
Fantastic. Thank you
Volskaya
so much.
Industries is going to go ahead and kick us off for our 2-point control map. This is the selection here of the Afrika Freaks. See how they fare on this one.
Freak opting into that one, so I like it.
Well, they used this one against Flash Lux when they played them yesterday. It was a win for them in that best of 5. So going to be looking for that yet again here. See how they manage as they come back in, because currently getting tied up. Oh, we're looking to be able to go one match ahead of a Rhinos Gaming Wings there on Kings Row, but definitely didn't go the way they had planned it.
Yeah, and of course, like, look, you may mention the fact that Freak of Freaks were able to win this one last time we saw them on this map. However, Rhinos have been able to play Snowball super hard. We saw it just before. We've actually seen it in previous series as well. So this is a map that benefits the Snowball super hard, and we'll see whether they can do it as we hop into the Volsky Industries.
I get it.
Alrighty. Back to the motherland we go. Freak of Freaks starting things off here on the red side, and looks like they might be trying that dive comp again. Meanwhile, that's a Sombra.
It certainly is. A Gape actually picking that one up this time around as Rhinos trying something a little bit different.
He's just baiting us.
Oh yeah, probably.
Make sure you don't mess it up and fall off the map.
Got a little bit frightened there for a moment.
All right, let's see.
All right, he's gonna
Oh,
switch back to a reset.
Oh,
wait,
my!
hang on.
What a surprise! Lucio. No.
A Gape playing Lucio?
No, that makes no sense.
What is this devilry? Interestingly though, Freak are not opting in for any sort of fire or anything like that. So high ground advantage here to be owned by Rhinos relatively effectively on the defense, just with all of those ledges around. So we'll see what the attack strategy is going to be here for a Freak of Freaks.
Yeah, it looks like right now they're just going to be playing around that top right side of the map as Freak of Freaks do go ahead and start pushing inside Alathar. Also Shurikens trying to build up as much as he can for that Dragon Blade.
Yeah.
So they can get that swift cap and try to snowball this into a second point.
Nicely up to about 20% already though. Takes a bunch of bullets for it.
Splitting
Envy.
off. Rhinos are shifting around over to the left-hand side. Here to back up Envy.
Oh, title. Oh god, Envy. Nicely played.
Yeah, first blood coming through as they get rid of the Genji, so it's going to put a halt on the Dragon Blade. Envy really zipping his way up towards that pulse bomb. 75%,
Envy had some of
82
Michael's
now.
secret stuff this morning, Achilleos, or at least between these series, because he has gone completely ballistic. Doesn't matter which character he's on.
Some people in this, watching from home might not understand that reference.
Oh, everyone's seen Space Jam. What are you talking about?
Unfortunately not, but they should. I fully
If
support
you
it.
exist on the internet, you've seen Space Jam.
It should be mandatory at birth.
Yeah, I
They
think
give
so
you a
too.
birth certificate, a social security number, and a copy of Space Jam to watch when you're at least 5 years old.
Absolutely true. Snavi has to fire grenade himself in order to stay alive. Toydella, though, picks up Mango.
Be going low, doesn't have a recall up, needs to get healed up here.
Doesn't have Mango there either for that heal up as Rio. He's going to fall. Oxo is going to trade that one though as Creed picks it up. Attune takes down Umpty and Envy's going to fall at the same time. Nicely done here by a Freak of Freaks. Toydella does have that Dragon Blade as well. Creed takes down a gate. They don't need to utilize that ultimate, and this could be the start of some snowball opportunity.
Now that's just going to be the cap on the
3 ults as they move towards the second cap on point B.
Yeah, this is going to be really good for them, and they almost have the self-destruct available with that nano boost. So really, it's going to be about 5 ultimates here for Freak of Freaks, and Rio can stack his up during the engage to get into that primal rage. So Wing's going to be at a bit of a disadvantage. Gabe only at 55% for that sound barrier.
This is so scary. It's gonna have to be a king hold here for Rhinos. Tune gets himself around the side. See every single time. Oh, phenomenal sleep onto Toydella as he's not gonna be able to get any Dragon Blading in at all. Pulse Bomb takes down Mango though, and Oxo already dead to the hands of Creed.
Toydella, just one hit from dead, will get taken out at the end by Fury, and now Envy is really trying to hold on to the point for his team.
Fury is so incredibly low. Envy as well, dancing around, but does he have the snapback? Does! Gets himself back to safety.
Envy uses his own, but He doesn't get much back as far as the HP is concerned, so he needs to get healed up here. So that nano boost had come through. They're trying to just go ahead and clear the Afrika Freaks off the point. Are
and
able
all
to
of
do
those
so.
ultimates are done with now. Afrika Freaks, they had their opportunity. Tidal, thankfully, does have that Dragon Blade still up, but man, that is not what Afrika Freaks Red wanted because they invested so much into that snowball win. Just couldn't get it over the line.
Yeah, they only get the first tick here on the meter.
Mango
Wings
gets play of the game, man. That's sleep.
Yeah, Wings still have multiple ultimates here to try to stave off a fight. Should another one break out, but Afrika Freaks, they still have plenty of time. 4 minutes, 45 seconds. Here's that nano boost coming through, though, yet again. Tidal does have the Dragon Blade this time. Not going to get slept because Mango's the first target that he takes out. Going to be looking for a gate, but does find him in the end.
Self-destruct does come down, just trying to buy some space. Fury threw that one out. There's this Pulse Bomb, sorry, coming in. He does get the mech. Now Quartermain takes down Umpty, and Fury's going to fall as well. Looks like Afrika Freaks should be able to get at least to this second tick. There's the Ice Wall coming in. Some desperation tactics coming out of Rhinos right now. As Oxo's even switched to the Sombra just to be even more annoying. They're buying as much time as they possibly can. Tidal takes down Oxo, though. Envy gets one back maybe, but honestly, this is looking too good for Afrika Freaks.
Okay, doing a really good job.
Yeah, Primal Rage doing work, and oh my god, have they turned it?
They have. They're going to go ahead and stop that second tick from coming through, and again, Afrika invests quite a bit with that Nano Blade coming through. Wings did, have to resort to desperate measures with that May coming through from Mango, so he's going to swap back over to the Ana and start fresh, trying to build up another Nano boost.
Man, that was looking so good for Afrika Freaks, though.
They keep themselves alive, and they burn more time off the clock. So 3.5 minutes down. Afrika Freaks, still plenty of opportunities, plenty more pushes they can use to try to close this one out. That's got to be the ultimate goal.
Yeah, Rhino's actually going to switch back to their standard composition here as well, so no more desperation. Mango's going to take down Navi, but Mango falls. This Tidola grabs it, actually crits him to the face with that shuriken as Attune gets rid of Envy. Fury taking down Quartermain as well on the backside, so it's pretty even, but lots of ultimates available here for Afrika as Toydola. Oh, big heal comes off to the side, but he's getting hunted down and destroyed. Umpty is going to be able to do that. The double tank versus the Ninja Man is definitely going to be trumped. Once again, staved off by the Rhinos.
Almost actually got the kill on Umpty. He was really low when he chased in for that kill onto Tidala, but unfortunately the backup coming through from Fury does help take him down before he can answer one. Tune yet again, maybe looking to go ahead and sneak around the sidelines, get that pulse bomb thrown down.
They're eating up valuable time, though, and remember, once you get a foothold here on Volskaya in this point defense, hard to break through.
All right, well, he shows his face, gets spotted out there by Fury.
Dragon Blade.
Dragon Blade, the Nano Blade coming back through yet again for Tidal.
Oh, another sleep!
Connects yet again from Mango, knocking him down. He still got the kill in onto a gate, but nullifies so much more damage that could have been had at the hands of that Genji.
Oh,
and yet again,
Wings. He slept through the self-destruct there as well, and it's an easy cleanup for the Wings. Oh my goodness, Mango really doing work, picking up where Envy left off, honestly, as far as that player of the match is concerned.
It's been so crucial for these holds.
Oh,
now
yeah.
down below 2 minutes for the Afrika Freaks to try to close this one out. Tune swapping over towards that Pharah, moving away from the Tracer. Has a decent bit of flight space to come through, but I'm not sure how I feel about this pick. No one really can work him out of the sky. Envy, however, is actually all over onto that soldier. Just spotted this one out, so
yeah,
could very well take care of that Pharah.
Having that respawn so close means that you do have the opportunity to switch over when you need to. As Rio, oh god! Wow. Massive damage from such long range here from Envy.
Just shreds right through, and that's going to be Navi going ahead, jumping off the side of the map. So Wings, they hold firm yet again, almost a minute on the clock, with 4 ultimates available rather.
The hold opportunity is massive here for Rhinos to get themselves to that 2-1 into that match point position on a map that Afrika chose, which would be horrible for them. No more changes. The Tune actually going to be sticking on this Pharah. It's odd given how easily he was dealt with, but they're going to try it one more time.
I mean, you mentioned that, and there we go again. Oxo just taking him out with the Tracer, even at mile range.
Onto Quartermain as well, so the support is dead. Creed, also a beefy frontliner, going to fall down. Massive damage off to the side. And the Rhinos are just playing with their food now.
Yeah, they really are. They just go ahead, they clean up a Freak of Freaks, send them back towards the spawn with their tails between their legs and wings. Set the whole distance. A massive time bank that would have been had for a Freak of Freaks, completely depleted. And you can see he's just at a loss, not sure what to go for. We'll be swapping over to the McCree.
And that first tick that they managed to get, that was basically a 2-tick. That was so close to being able to just run through and get 4 minutes on that clock. But no, it's looking so tough. They are going to be able to make it into overtime and stick on this point. But there's the Nano Visor.
Attack Visor coming through. Envy already getting rid of Navi, looking for more. He's kind of stuck up in the faces of so many enemies that he's got to peel back, sprinting away from that nanoed Creed, but it doesn't matter. He's
Gets
just
everyone off the point.
He's dragging everybody away, and it's looking like a team kill as Creed will go down. The pulse bomb right at the end from Oxo cleans him up. No second point going over to Afrika, despite the fantastic start on the game. And now, all that Rhinos need to do to be at match point, to be a map above Afrika, is close out that second cap.
Yeah, we'll see whether they can do it. We mentioned earlier that, you know, snowballing victories is something that they are very, very good at doing. Riding momentum, picking up all of those ult charges, then moving forward with decisive play. That is an opportunity for them. I mean, they have been more on the same page this time around than when we saw them in the first series. Which is definitely good news because, I mean, that cost them Apex Season 3 an easy berth into that tournament that MVP Space stole out from underneath them in game number 5, and now looking to try and get revenge. Of course, this doesn't get them straight there. Does give them an opportunity, though, to get towards that match point and get them one game closer. Apex Season 3.
Yep, you see right there. 57.4% was what was accrued there for Freak of Freaks. It's not quite able to close that one out.
Yep.
So, Wings, see what kind of composition they're going to pull together to try to get this first cap very swiftly to give themselves a maximum amount of time.
This comp right here is looking to be pretty standard.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
This is my
Oh wait, sorry,
queue.
that's my solo queue. Never mind, never mind.
This is my solo queue, and that's at like 3,400 elo. It's pretty abysmal. It just follows you wherever you go.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with a good Hanzo.
It's a nice attack Symmetra.
Yeah.
It's just 10 out of 10, man. You can't
Yep.
you can't argue against it.
Symmetra does some damages, man. Don't worry.
Yeah, she can hit that slow-moving projectile, or run into your face.
And then sit there charging for a while and microwaving you. Perfect. However, they are going to switch it up. That's pretty standard stuff here as Envy back on that Genji one more time.
Here we go, Oxo going to be trying to open things up with the Widowmaker. See if he wants to go through the front door, if he's going to opt to go around to the side. He will just go ahead and play with the team. Try to get those early sights in. They haven't seen him yet.
Oh, and Oxo, if his aim's going to be as good as it was prior, did see on Numbani, sorry, Temple of Anubis was able to hit a lot of key headshots. Made it look pretty easy. And first point capture is Envy charging this ult pretty effectively on the Diva.
Rio almost going down. So we're going to be sitting here for Ty Dollar, who's about to lose the suit. There we go. The dude to get the pop, but Agape falls.
Yeah, Envy able to lock that one down. Creed takes down Umpty though, as well as Agape, and Envy falls at the same time. Creed needs to be respected. That headshot was missed on the Baby Diva.
Yeah, Oxo just really missing all of these shots.
Needs to get a better position. Very, very low to the ground here at the moment. You can see the soldier just standing up there on the high ground. Nabs himself 3 kills and just casually sits back waiting for his next opportunity to do so.
Oxo going to go ahead and maybe move up to this high ground once the team collapses forward. Tries to get onto the point, the barrier coming down. Tidal is sitting in the center at the moment, making sure that they can't contest it.
And he has a shield available to him, so use that to avoid taking too much damage. But now you can see Rhinos pushing forward. Nice work, they grab themselves onto this point. The Dragon Blade is going to be there, and there's Baby Diva dead. Oxo actually grabbing that onto the mech.
Oh,
Navi's going to fall down as well. Envy just Dragon Blading his way through, but Creed, he's got the visor, but he's so far away. What was that?
He's just going to go ahead and
runs the heck out.
Yeah, they're just going to go ahead and concede this over.
And that was just poor communication, honestly. You don't throw that down if you're instantly going to concede.
Oh, hello, it's here. Speaking of poor communication.
Yeah.
He didn't get the memo to get out of there, so he's just going to go ahead and get killed. See if he's going to swap that anything else. Try to
I like to think that he did get the memo and then just said, nah, don't worry, guys, I got this.
I'm going to 1v6. No problems. Oxo, though.
4
get the cap.
ultimates.
I mean, honestly, that was basically a 5v6 because Oxo didn't really do much as the Widowmaker. I mean, granted, you know, putting in some spot damage, but there wasn't the big pop-off like you sometimes see from the Widowmaker, so not coming up with the kills.
Oxo deciding to actually run back as well. Grab himself the Roadhog. This final shove through. 4 ultimates available, but of course a big charge up now on that whole hog from Oxo.
It's a quick swap up for him since the checkpoint or the spawn room does get moved up. That's going to be the nano boost coming through in onto the Winston. He's just trying to run down the back line.
Oh, Pulse Bomb misses there as well. Is now Attune in a whole bunch of trouble. Does get back to the spawn, so he's going to heal himself back up. Is now once again Fury just pressuring everyone off this point. They're looking for this.
He's honestly pretty wanting of a Pulse Bomb anyway. Would have gotten the kill, but now you can see trying to buy some time. His Quarterman, but he goes down. Self-destruct comes through, not going to clip anybody yet.
Buys them space, so good zoning tool now, but Agape goes down low but gets himself all the way back up again. And Creed, I mean, it's the desperation May play, but it's not working at all. Baby Diva's going to come out, Envy's going to take down the mech. He's going to survive for the moment.
Creed just trying to find Mango on the backside. Has to get locked up into the ice prison, not on top of the point, but the cap hasn't really been there for Wings yet. They've already suffered some pretty heavy losses.
Yeah,
that's going
nicely
to clean
done.
up.
Finally able to do it. No ticks to be actually gained here from Rhinos, so it looked good for a moment, but they do need to reset and find their way back in.
Well, Gabe actually makes it out with his life, so that's going to be really good here for Wings. A lot used, and honestly, not much gain. Haven't gotten a single tick on that control meter. Still 4 minutes.
Large numbers
seconds.
on the ult percentages here on the side of the Rhinos, but we do have Nano as well as that Primal Rage and the Blizzard, importantly, for Creed. Throwing out these right clicks. Does get the crit. Fair bit of damage.
Yeah, getting a couple of them coming through, and honestly, having that Blizzard is going to be so crucial here for the Afrika Freaks.
Yeah.
Would have been nice to have something like the soldier there with the tag.
Oh, Oxo just gets taken down from one. There's the Nano Blade coming out, though, as Envy looking to try and clean this one up.
Trying to get the pick here on the mech suit. Finally
There's
gets
absolutely
it.
nothing, though, really. The mech suit does fall down, but Baby Diva still dancing around here. Eventually falls. It's a Gape that picks that one up, and Envy, the Nano, completely used up. Thankfully, no sleep, but his Tune is going to be able to get that Pulse Bomb kill onto Mango, and Envy eventually falls down. Quartermain with the boop to get rid of him. There's Fury just saying, well, you're going to have to evacuate this building.
And that's just going to be another stop here. Wings really struggling to get this attack off on point 2.
Yeah. Remember, they only need to complete this. There is absolutely no time.
I mean, they just have to push it a bit further past the Afrika Freaks and what they did.
Yeah.
But they haven't even been able to get that first checkpoint, so this is really looking like a bit of a rough play here for these guys.
Yep.
Limited ultimates to deal with, self-destruct, and the sound barrier.
Remember, 57 is actually pretty decent here. Afrika Freaks getting a whole lot on their first push through, so ticking it over to at least that first one, but now it's
coming
a
right back
difficult
in.
time.
So where they want to go, flashbang coming through, they pop the mech.
Yeah, Blizzard was unfortunately wasted earlier, but there's the sound barrier on the side of Afrika Freaks. Fury grabs a kill onto Toy Dollar with that ultimate. Oxo gonna take down Quartermain as he switches over to the McCree. I like this one a lot. There's now Fury just getting rid of this Ana. Just relentless assault, and that is going to be the kill, so nicely done.
The Blizzard didn't even go off. I think it was actually consumed.
Yeah, it was weird. I noticed the fact that it was gone.
Yeah,
Didn't actually see
out.
anything happen as now Rhinos. Oh, the Deadeye's going to lock down Quartermain. And can they actually cap this one? They've got the first point.
They just tried to, but Attune is trying to buy some delay coming through here. Flame Strike does take him out. That's going to be Creed sitting into the ice block. So far, 38.8% for Wings. Trying to stick in here as best as they can. Ultimates on the way here with a nano boost from Mango, but he needs to stay alive in time to get it. Tidal throwing out that self-destruct. Will find a Gape, so a nice pickup, and Mango falls. And honestly, the Wings, they might just have to peel back out of this one.
Oxo gets rid of Umpty though. Sorry, Umpty is going to take down the Diva. So Umpty falls eventually, but it's still looking good here for the Wings.
Oxo just popping off.
Oh my god!
Comes up with multiple kills, gets rid of Quartermain and Attune. And now they stick back in, trying to get the cap. Navi coming in, the grab
can't dash out of that one, buddy.
Yeah, will take him down, but again,
So
they come back
close.
in. 3.3% would get it. Quartermain going low, pulse bomb. Not going to connect onto Oxo. He goes low, and now it's Creed yet again on the point, trying to buy time.
Yeah, Fury wins that Diva battle, and everyone's just respawning and jumping back in here on the side of Afrika Freaks. Not a whole lot of plan here.
He loses the Blizzard again. Creed just cannot line this up. It'd be so crucial, but there it is. A war of attrition, and Rhino Gaming Wings come out on top.
They're going to bring themselves to the set point here as well, and I was expecting this to be a little bit more one-sided here on Volskaya Industries. It was a nice attempt at first from a Freak of Freaks because honestly, they had have managed to get that first push that little bit further, things would have been very different. But Rhinos, towards the end there, just looked unstoppable despite some hiccups earlier on.
And I mean, the fact that 2 Blizzards from the main getting consumed by D.Va, such great play coming through there from Rhinos.
I only recently actually learned that was possible.
Yeah,
Fury went off. Constantly
lining up those right clicks, just ready to go to get rid of absolutely everything. And I mean, that's one of the biggest things. I mean, the Mei is a great, just delay tool, sitting there with the ice wall, sitting there in the ice block. But having the Blizzard, that's what allows you to win the fight, to take back control over the point and actually push the enemy off. And having both of them get consumed just ultimately leads to the demise.
And it just shows the level of desperation as well, because he had to sit on the Mei for 2 full ult charges. Made sure that he got all the way back up. The pressure was most certainly on, as we are hopefully going to go to Gibraltar, which we're probably not going to. Oh, we are! It's happening, Jibby boys!
God.
We are in there. This is what I'm talking about. The dream.
Well, Climax wasn't in the MVP space game, but I think I just found it. Happened right next to me.
That is the joke that keeps on giving.
It is. Watch Point Gibraltar coming out. Haven't seen this one, but we'll see it here today.
It's the mix-up tactic chosen by Rhinos. Sorry, Afrika, I believe.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there is a map that you're not as well practiced on, it's probably Watch Point Gibraltar. We don't see this one too often across Apex and in the promotion tournament, so this could be the curveball that a Freak of Freaks need to try and pick up a win. It's a bit of a desperation play, perhaps, but we'll see if it's going to pay off for them. Everything now on the line for Freak of Freaks. See if they can get this, or if this is just going to be a 3-1 closeout for Rhinos.
I get it.
Fans still dedicated. Hanging out in the audience beyond 10 p.m. now. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
For us, for you guys back home, and it might be ending
But thankfully,
right here.
We get dessert at the very end. Jibby for everyone.
Is that a thing?
It's a thing that Wolf tried to start, and I'm attempting to do my very best to continue its reign on this broadcast.
Glad that I've been dragged into this.
Yep, no Papa Smithy to full-on shut it down every single time. Sorry, Kilios, taking advantage of your good-naturedness.
All right, well, on the defense here, Rhinos Gaming Wings. Gonna start things off. Seems like just gonna be the solo DPS here with Oxo.
Not giving him a lot of power here.
Dive comp again coming through for Afrika. That Genji and Tracer with the Winston. Rio has certainly looked the best on this, but they're not going to be following up with that Zenyatta. Just going to be Na'Vi operating the Yana. See how quickly they can get this payload moving towards that first point.
Yeah, already setting themselves up quite nicely, but defensive positioning here from Rhinos.
But the pick already comes through onto a Toon. Envy landing that hook. And almost gets Tidala as well, so...
And that is not the target that should be getting hit by hooks either. That is just unacceptable, honestly.
He definitely caught him off guard coming around the corner. He was just sitting there waiting.
Oh, another hook!
It's in onto the back
gets over through the backside.
Trying to pop it, but they won't be able to get it even with the heal deny coming through for the Biotic Grenade. So, does limp his way back, as Mech-Suit could limp its way back there for Creed.
Decent distance now on this payload as it needs to get up this hill, which
Rio's
can be
dead.
difficult. Yeah, Rio is just dead. We've come to expect this.
I mean, Envy, honestly, he's looking really great on this Roadhog.
Yeah.
Throughout the duration of the games. Every time he gets locked up on this one, it's just been
Mango
really
as well,
great
charging
hooks.
ult like nobody's business as well, healing up all of this damage as well as getting a lot of harassment down. So that nano is going to be there very, very soon as Fury taking that high ground position. Toy jumping in, and Oxo's going to get taken out. Could be an opportunity now for a Freak of Freaks to try and get some aggression in here.
Really good dive to the
Oh,
backside.
another hook from Envy as Toy falls down. Agape takes down a tune as well, so the fight back here from the Rhinos is looking really strong.
Yeah, Envy pushing forward
that's
somewhat fearlessly. Yeah, won't land that hook, but slow on HP, but still knows his limits, pushes forward through the barrier. They're going to hold this payload right here in front of the first point. Still 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock for Afrika. So very realistic goals for them to go ahead and be able to push this one out. Rio going to get grabbed up yet again.
That's going to gift him his ultimate there as well, so nicely done. The whole hog going to be able to get them all the way away from this payload if they need to. Any of Afrika go for any sort of jump in.
Gonna be looking for a drop-down pulse bomb by the look of it. Speed boost coming through. They jump in, throw it down.
Oh, but the self-destruct in answer.
Yeah, and actually Tidal is just gonna get killed as Envy throws out the whole hog, now pushing the D.Va up into the wall. Will get the suit at the end, and this should be a pretty swift kill. Honestly, they can just delay this as long as they want to.
Yeah, I'm gonna do so.
Yeah, they'll just chase her down.
God.
Nothing to be done, and she'll get booped to death in the end.
Thank you, Gabe. That is the coolest way to kill someone. So, once again, stalled by the Rhinos. This first point, point A, still unable to be gained by a Freak of Freaks Red. They only have a minute 26 to go.
Even if they do complete this, it's still going to be about a minute, maybe even less on the clock by the time that they were able to do so. So it's going to be a fantastic time delay coming in for the Wings. But they want the full hold. That's what they're here for. That's why they're posturing so far forward. Self-destruct does come out here from Greed. Not going to find anything. Just distract them and pulls them away from the payload.
Yeah,
they get a
do
couple
like
more
it.
feeds.
Possible positional advantage here for a Freak of Freaks Red as well, as Oxo still has that high ground advantage. This
Shadow
is
doesn't
so
find anything,
easy
and
for
Oopsie
him.
dies.
Oh god, yes.
Taken out.
Has been taken out, but is this going to be enough for a Freak of Freaks to push this one further forward? They are certainly on this payload and should be able to make it to this next point as, oh, there's the nano visor. Earthshatter's not going to find this soldier, though, who's doing so much damage off to the side. A Freak of Freaks, they're the ones getting the kills, however. Oxo just unable to find it. 3 minutes now on the clock. As Rhinos have to pull back.
Yeah, he couldn't get anything, and actually gets picked off in the end. Rio snipes him out with that flame strike. Envy does answer one in onto a tune, but this could be a nice little starting push here for a Freak of Freaks as they finally make that point.
Yeah, good running start here as well for the Freak of Freaks. It's Rio trying to run around. Fury offering some fire back.
2 minutes, 40 seconds on the clock. Getting bumped back up here. The payload moving about halfway towards point B at the moment. Greed pushing forward, trying to bump Wings off that high ground. Successful in doing so. They will drop in.
Yep, Tidal has switched off that Genji as well. There's the nano. The beam
almost got
not
the Graviton
necessarily
Surge.
set up. Yeah, it does have the Graviton Surge now, but no one grouping for it. He throws it down anyway. Actually, no, that's going to be off to the other side. There's no follow-up here whatsoever. Afrika tearing apart the Rhinos.
I mean, they lock in a game. Pretty much the only one that got stuck up inside of that Graviton Surge, but it doesn't matter. It's enough. Getting rid of that Lucio, pushing forward. They get the second point. Now 3.5 minutes. Try to finish this one off. So what looked like a really awful start to the game for Afrika is turning out actually into a very good push.
Yeah, 3 minutes on the clock now as well. They make it past the second point. Of course, this is a difficult one to attack when you get around that corner, and it's a long way to get that payload. So we'll see what the Rhinos can do to try and stall this one out, but already some good distance gained by Freak of Freaks.
See what kind of mind games Afrika can play with this. They have the self-destruct as well as the Earth Shatter. If they can get OT to turn his head.
Oh,
the
there's the Earth Shatter.
Need it.
Envy getting locked down. Sorry, Fury getting locked down. Throws down the self-destruct, and it's actually going to be a couple of kills here for a Freak of Freaks Red.
Actually, really poorly timed there by Fury. Jumps out of the suit right as the pulse bomb comes down and it catches him in the blast. Now OT dead. Wings struggling to try to defend this one. It's so close to the end with 2.5 minutes on the clock. Tactizer comes out from Oxo, but it's not going to get anything done. Now the Nana Boost going over on to Tidal, just trying to burn away at the remaining members of Wings, and it's working out pretty damn well, you'd have to say.
Graviton
Surge pulling Umte off of the payload. It's Fury and Envy desperately trying to buy enough time for the rest of the team to come through. Oxo now arriving, but has to dodge out on all the swings, cannot do it.
And a gate gets destroyed. That's going to be the finish, and a Freak of Freaks, they must have been having this one in the lab, you know, Jibby just training it off to the side. Of course, no one's going to pick this one, but we will. And we will be able to bring it to a game number 5, unless the Rhinos can answer what is a decent time bank for these guys with that phenomenal back end of the push.
Yeah, 2:05 to be closed out on the time bank is actually fantastic for the Afrika Freaks, considering that it looked like they might have been full held at point A.
Yeah.
So, really good stuff here as they shove through. I mean, one of the fastest hangar phases I've seen on Gibraltar in a very long time. Just basically not being stopped at any point. Payload just was able to roll all the way through. Tidala coming up big with that Zarya.
Yep, so Rhino's going to have to dig so deep in order to try and find a push like that. Haven't seen too many full pushes. These escort maps, honestly, recently seems to be getting held off, but it's happened. Freako really desperate to try and get themselves further. They don't want to get down to that do or die situation.
Yep.
Losers side of this lower bracket.
That would be one more loss, and then they would be out of it. Let's see what they can do as far as their defense goes. Looking like it's going to be that solo DPS here from a 2. Soldier coming out for him. Tidala again sticking with Zarya. Very good decision after that last performance.
Oxo actually, I was interested to see whether they would try the Pharah, so we'll see whether Oxo decides to stick with this. They do have a lot of Sky on the old Jibby.
There's a decent amount of space here to work with. As you get into the hangar, it's still... I mean, honestly, this isn't the worst map to run the Pharah the entire way through, but first point especially is where we could see it, and it looks like we will see this one sticking in, but likely will be swapped if the cap can come out.
Now, Rhinos jumping their way through, so what can they actually get? This is cute. Oxo's just standing right up in the face of the Afrika Freaks. In fact, the Tune not able to land any shots on him at all. Ends up falling towards the end, but look at this, getting pushed back so far onto this defensive position. This high ground so useful, but it does mean that they concede a lot of space already to the Afrika Freaks.
He's trying to get a move off, but actually the Helix rockets from Attune just go hit him straight in the face and they take him down.
It's sort of hilarious, you know? Fighting rockets with rockets. But good aim.
Soldier fires 3 rockets at once.
Exactly. But it has a cooldown. You know? That's the trade-off.
It's a nice little pick, though. We'll delay them, but Oxo not going to be swapping up yet. Let's keep playing it out here with this Pharah. Trying to find the opening, the barrier coming down as they jump forward.
Yeah, there's the dive, actually. Just wanting to try and get in here before these ultimates have been charged up. Ryu very, very close to his, but Umpty is going to fall down first. Tidal doing work. Mango takes down Ryu. 2 tanks now dead as Tidal, oh my goodness, 99% charge and doing so much damage. Forcing the Rhinos back as Creed takes down Oxo. That is a lot of DPS.
The Dragon Blade, though.
Missing now. Is Envy, can he actually get this one done? Quartermain is going to fall, but can he get anything more? The Nano Blade, but the Nano comes out. Nano Beam seems to be the counterplay.
Yeah, you can't deflect that one. He pulls out the deflect, but he just gets burned to the ground, and that's a gate going down as well.
You definitely don't want to be a gate when there's a big old laser beam coming at your face. That is not the stance you want to take.
He is just going to fall. Tidala really just destroying people with the Zarya. Look how many ultimates are about to be on the side of the Afrika Freaks. Already, Earth Shatter, Self-Destruct coming through. Graviton Surge is nearly there with the sound barrier, so they are going to be very well set to defend this push. 2 minutes now on the clock for Wings.
Fury thankfully has that Self-Destruct to try and at least cause some disruption as Oxo just poking him from the side now that he switches to Tracer. And trying to get some work done as there's the Self-Destruct. He's right on the corner. He's going to be able to get Quartermain. That is a big deal. Graviton Surge comes out, but Tidal not quite able to lock down any kills from this. Now has a huge charge as there's the Earth Shatter, but it's just not as much as Afrika would want from this. Envy takes down Na'Vi and Tidala as well. He's slashing through everyone, but Creed still doing some work. A gate's going to fall.
That's going to be the sound barrier, though. Quartermain rejoins the fight, keeps Rio alive, at least for the moment. Toon sprinting back, will be able to pick up the health back, and honestly, despite the big opening coming through.
Oh, Dragon Blade! Oxo's able to take down Rio as well. Envy's popping off as Creed's gonna fall down. Quartermain dies once again. And this is going to be the Rhinos possibly making it to that first point with a heck of a lot more time.
I was going to say they didn't get a push on that payload despite everything they threw out, but Envy showing up huge yet again with that Dragon Blade.
This guy's the clutch Genji god.
He just deflected the Helix rockets back to a Toon and killed him.
Yep.
So,
why am I not surprised?
He shouldn't be, honestly. Neither of us
Mostly
should be.
because I missed it. I was too busy gloating about Envy being good. That is probably why.
Well, then he really just put a nail in that coffin, showing like, yeah, you know what, I am pretty good.
Proving me right. Didn't even need to watch. Stunning.
Now, payload being moved up here. They need a very fast hanger phase to try to match the time of a Freak of Freaks on attack. That attack visor has come out of Toon, trying to chase somebody down. Can't quite find a target, though.
It's just a waste of an ultimate.
Yeah,
going
to be a bit of a botch. Toon actually going low, getting jumped on. There we go, he gets taken down as NB slices his way through.
This is once again a really quick hanger phase. Oh my god, that is called playing tennis.
Yeah, he dashed his way right into that hammer, gets taken out, but Rio does get answered for by a game. Payload keeps on moving. This looks like a pretty good shove here for Wings.
Yeah, and Umti actually, he's going to get nanoed up. This monkey's angry. Looking to try and get them towards this point B, and they are going to be able to lock that one down.
Toon is again delaying, but it seems like there's a disconnect from Afrika. Not everybody's piling in.
Self-destruct gonna fly through. Nice spacing as Mango couldn't get behind in time. So nicely done. A lot of support now missing as now Oxo wants to try and answer this one, but it's not quite there. Rio takes down both of them. There's going to be a gate falling as well, so nicely done. Fury gets himself back through. There's going to be enough Earth Shatter for the massive stuns. That's going to be it. Rio takes down the mech suit and Fury as well with his big old hammer. That's the stop right at the edge.
Yeah, really good stop here on the push. Minute 45 seconds left for Wings. They used so much just to get that far. Freak of Freaks. Like I said, looked like there was a bit of a disconnect in the call whether or not they wanted to go for the defense, but they end up piling in on the backside of a Toon, dashing around the payload, and they hold it firmly.
Wings have a small opportunity with a Freaker without ultimates, but Toon's going to have that Pulse Bomb soon. Tidollar as well, very, very close. It's Envy. He's got that Dragon Blade. Oh, he's trying to block as much as he can, but he's just dead. There's no way that he can do anything
nothing
here.
You can do against that Reinhardt, against that Zarya. They're just going to go right through you.
Envy give, Envy taketh away. So it seems, as Tidal, he's sitting on that Graviton Surge. He can use it if he wants to. Toon just dancing around, being annoying off to the side. So now a regroup here from the Rhinos. There's only a minute to go.
They need Envy to deliver with this with this Dragon Blade. It's not looking great at the moment. We'll see how much he can get done. Tidala waiting in the corner, has that Graviton Surge ready to go, just trying to surprise them. He won't be high energy, so the damage output from the Zarya alone won't be too significant. But we'll have a decent amount of follow-up coming through here with Rio having that Earth Shatter ready to go.
Well, that Nano Blade's coming up very, very soon as well as Mango is healing and shooting, trying to get himself towards it as Tidala off to the side, doesn't quite have the charge that he's looking for just yet. But there's the ultimate. Mango actually hasn't nanoed him up yet as Tidala is going to be able to pick one up. I mean, Envy is going to be able to pick him up. Rio takes down Umti though, and everybody else is dying. Envy, it's him against the world here as the Toon does fall at the same time. But now he's being nanoed. This is a little bit off sync as he's just throwing shurikens around.
They just want to keep him alive as long as they possibly can. The self-destruct coming through, not going to find him, but the Winston looks like he may just jumping forward. As that Tesla gun ready to go, but he's just getting popped back up, and now
another Dragon
Blade ready to go, but now it's into overtime. The Earth Shatter coming through, locking up all members. On the side of Wings, they're down 3. Navi, the only one dead on the side of Afrika.
No, he's dead.
Falls, a Toon takes him out, and that should be it. There it is.
Afrika
keeping their hopes alive, winning on Gibraltar, their map of choice, and they will be taking us to a game number 5.
Afrika with the jibby swing, I think is what you call that one.
I'll let you coin that.
And finding it pretty nicely there at the same time. So well played, brings us to 2-2, and now we're up to set point for either side. And with what were 2 pretty emphatic victories coming out for Rhinos, Afrika just hold on. Take us to 5 once again.
They barely hold on here, but now we go back to hybrid. It's going to be Rhino's choice, Nimbani or Eichenwald. See what they decide to go for.
Well, I know what my decision would be. But I want some of that brickwork to be repaired. So the more time we spend on Eichenwald, the better.
Well, they lost MVP space on Eichenwald earlier, so I don't know if they want to opt back into that or if they want to just go ahead and try out Nimbani for themselves. Either way, a tough decision to be made here by Rhinos, and now up against the ropes.
Yeah. Well, we'll see exactly what they are going to choose. I'm going to get that one on our screen right now. Here we are.
The decision is?
Feeling like it's going to be Nimbani, and it is.
All right.
I can't be pleased twice in a row, Achilles.
Oh, Nimbani it is. We've seen some pretty crazy pushes today on this map.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a little bit ridiculous.
MVP Infinity showing us exactly what you can do in overtime. In fact, you probably should wait for overtime before you do anything, which is their particular strategy. It didn't necessarily pay off in the long run, but did get them at least one map.
They got him close.
Yeah.
But could not win that one out in the end. But able to make it all the way to the to the third point, so that's what really matters. But Nimbani going to be our fifth and final map of the night. We'll see who is going to take one step forward to making it into Apex and who will be falling to the bottom of the losers bracket as we load up on the Nimbani.
I get it.
All right. Well, a Freak of Freaks, their cheers starting to rival that of the Wings fans.
Oh, yeah.
Bit of a war going on in the audience.
It's what happens when you start to see that comeback dream becoming a reality. Freak of Freaks, all comes down to this.
Definitely was
Nimbani
looking
or
like a nightmare
bust,
at first.
I believe is what it's called. It did, certainly. Well, actually, no, it started off pretty well. And then the nightmare ensued. And then they discovered how to play Overwatch again, which is good. It's great to see these 5-game series. And I was expecting both of these teams to look like the better ones in this particular lower bracket tournament. Shows definitely with this 5-game series that Freak of Freaks, even if they are knocked down here by the Rhinos, that lower side things should look okay. But Rhinos, consistency has not necessarily been there. A win here and having that match buffer will be so important for them, I think, even more than the Freak of Freaks, to be honest. The Freaks have just been strange, in my opinion.
Well,
Can't get a read.
That's kind of in the name.
Yeah? Haha. Red. Oh, wait, hang on. Freaks, got it. It's been a long day.
Oh, you. Here we go. Wings ready to push forward. MT already going to be duking it out here with his
Oxo sacrificing himself
scientist.
for some reason.
Yeah,
They do back away immediately.
He just gets popped. We'll go ahead and heal up here and be getting topped off.
Having a look, of course, last time we saw Nimbani, it was a lot of Faras.
It was, and we're actually not seeing that here. And I think Attune has finally learned, like, oh, you know what? Maybe my other characters are better than my Pharah.
Potentially.
So seems like he's going to be moving away from that one.
Oxo actually decided to sit on the McCree this time as well, so a little bit of a change up.
Here we go.
Change in
Pushing
strategy.
in. Left side, up onto the high ground. Oxo going to be looking for these headshots.
Yep, pinging
They
through.
hide behind that Reinhardt shield. It is getting chipped away at, though, by the D.Va and the Roadhog.
See Rio waiting down the bottom on that Winston, trying to get himself into a good flanking position. That was a fantastic bio grenade just to stop any healing from coming in, but not a lot of follow-up to it.
Yeah, can't get any real damage down to try to get some kills, otherwise. A very well-placed one.
Envy switching to the Roadhog. He was the Genji to start this one off, but wanted to go a little bit more beefy with this pseudo-triple tank.
We're just going to play Ring Around the Rosie here as we swap sides. Rika moving over to the left side high ground.
Yeah, no one wants to give up that high ground advantage.
They're just going to push straight in on the Creed.
They weren't even invited into that house.
They just...
But it doesn't even matter. Freak of Freak's actually going to answer with a couple of kills there as well. Na'Vi actually taking out his opposite half. He's going on a bit of a killing spree here as Attune's going to be able to take down Umpty as well. Envy finds one back, but he's going to be sacrificed for it as Attune grabs that kill once more. So, again, sent to the drawing board.
Yeah, really great hold here for Freak of Freaks. Very nice start to the game. Multiple ultimates coming up for themselves. Creed's going to be working on his attack visor coming through, but already 3 ready to go. Tidala very shortly behind, and Quartermain at about 70% with that sound barrier.
I mean, I don't know what has happened, but this momentum that they've picked up from this Gibraltar run-through really showing itself because they're looking super controlled. 4 ultimates now on this hold, seeing what they can do.
There's the ultimate sandbag.
There's the Deadeye. Oh, one of the kills. There it is. Navi's going to be taken down as he tries to jump himself off the edge to safety. Almost like he was definitely going down there.
Trying to time that one and get himself out, but just couldn't do it. Held too long on the Deadeye, ends up getting the pop. Flashbang comes through, but Attune has that pulse bomb down, and Tidala comes up with the triple kill after he pops the mech.
Oh my god, and once again, go home, Rhinos. Try it again.
Absolutely gorgeous. Would like to get a replay on that one if we had it, but Tidala just
deserves the little zoom in there.
Planting that self-destruct comes up huge.
I like to think that when he was adjusting, he was like, oh, was that me with the triple kill? Oh, yes. Yes, so was. Not a problem. Self-destructs have been getting too many kills, though, to be perfectly honest.
They've had quite a lot today, especially.
I feel like they're relatively telegraphed, but nice placements given these divas.
Well, Wings yet again pushing in, dropping off the high ground, trying to get on top of the point, almost to that second tick. But a decent spot, and probably just getting hammered away at here by Fury, but Creed, he'll get knocked
really
down
good sleep.
right in his face. The self-destruct can't make it around the corner. Another double kill from the self-destructs coming through as Fury picks it up this time. Navi going down, and Wings finally starting to clean house on the point.
It's Mango again with the sleep, though. This guy is a beast, and that is going to buy them this capture. They'll at least start this payload moving. It was a good hold from Afrika, though.
Well, they're still going to try to delay this one. Attune's on the point. Will finally get popped. And no one else close enough. So just his efforts, the respawns will come in, and Attune, he's going to have a long run back.
2.5 minutes now. The Rhinos try and get themselves forward.
Yeah, not a whole lot to make their way through the streets, and actually we have a pause.
Ooh.
Oh dear.
I wonder what the case is here.
It seems like we have a slight issue inside the booth here for Rhinos. Something up with Envy, perhaps.
He's like, hang on, I'm not carrying anymore.
Yeah.
Guys, what's going on? Wait, you got a double kill towards the end. Everything's fine, Envy.
Seems like a mouse issue coming in, so just going to be testing this out, trying to get this squared away. So you can get back in the game. So definitely something that you need.
Having a mouse, definitely a good thing.
Otherwise, we got to put him on a laptop, and he has to play with the trackpad.
It's definitely true.
Yeah.
But it was a valiant defense here from Afrika Freaks. They're probably still going to be happy with how things are going. They definitely just want to stop this payload so they have a point to push to, as opposed to getting towards that final round, because that's when the stress really starts to hit, especially in a game number 5. Especially when it's getting this late as well. 10:30 here in Korea, and a lot of these players have been out since about 2 p.m. Rhinos, of course, playing earlier.
Yeah, it's been a really long day for both these teams, the Rhinos especially.
Yeah. And that is actually almost a boon here for both MVP Infinity, who got 0-2'd the upper bracket, and Afrika Freaks, who were in the same boat, because they only need to turn up a little bit later.
Yeah.
And, of course, the Rhinos probably getting real tired, and only having a certain amount of time to practice for this, or at least strategize for this particular matchup as well. I mean, you're going to be focusing for what's in front of you to try and get yourself forward. And now, I mean, this might be why the Rhinos are struggling so much here against the Afrika Freaks.
Well, trying to get this taken care of. Make sure that we get this confirmed that everything is ready to go. Seems like he's just given it a couple tests.
Yeah.
Maybe everything's okay. He's got some nods coming through, so I think we might be close to having this solved and getting the rest of this game underway. There we go. Headset back on, so it seems like everything's good to go.
Ready to do some business as we get back in. I'm actually a little bit disappointed that this pause even came through, just because they were finally finding some form of momentum. And a pause like this, especially for an issue that comes up surprisingly, can actually sort of buck that just a little bit. And especially when you have sort of lost the flow, you can pick it up again relatively easily. So Afrika Freaks now with some opportunities to strategize in their minds with what they want to do.
Maybe a bit of a false start there by me. Seems like the issues are persisting.
Oh, not again.
No. All right, it's time for the laptop. Not sure. What do you think would be worse to play a first-person shooter with, a trackpad on a laptop or a ball mouse using only the ball to aim?
Trackpad, definitely.
Yeah.
I reckon the ball would be kind of cool. I don't know. There could be an opportunity.
I feel like you just keep spinning way further than you want to, so you just look insane. Not able to shoot at anything. I guess you could probably play Winston.
I mean, what's something that you've got like really incredible like thumb skill with? Maybe if you're a console player for like your entire life, and then you have to move over to PC for some unknown reason.
You can just put your thumb on the ball.
I mean, we'll ignore the fact that you can just play with the controller on the PC, and say that you have to use a mouse. Maybe a ball mouse would then be better because your thumb is the one that's more dexterous.
I could see that argument.
Yeah, it's certainly a stretch.
It makes sense, but sounds like both of them would be absolutely awful.
That is true. I've tried playing.
Well, hopefully it doesn't resort to that.
On the computer, it's awful.
I mean, I could just run him down a mouse right now, if that's okay.
Hey, that's true. That is true. Yours is an Overwatch mouse.
I'll offer up my Overwatch branded mouse. And here you go. It's very relevant.
And wait.
If you win, you can't keep it.
Yep, that's true.
No
yours
consolation
is
prize.
looking real fresh there as well.
Yep.
Hi,
How's it
everyone.
going?
Just hanging out.
Just chilling on the desk, you know.
Chilling is what we're attempting to do. It's actually very, very warm. That's why this gentleman
bit.
has taken off his jacket. I was assuming that I was going to see you guys relatively soon, so I put mine back on. Didn't put it back on, just never removed it.
Yeah,
but I am melting. To be honest, this guy's the winner, not me.
Yep. Doesn't matter. I always take my jacket off. Doesn't matter what game it is.
Yep.
I know I'm not supposed to be on camera for a while, so I just leave it off. But oh dear. Well, it seems like this might be an extended issue that we have to get taken care of.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Hopefully they have a secondary mouse that perhaps we could try. Otherwise, it might come down to an extended pause and maybe even a system
We are
restart.
glancing down into the booth right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
you
we
can't
do have
actually see us. It is off screen.
We do have a line of sight.
We can see that there is definitely a lot of help there available for Envy.
Hopefully good help.
Yeah, the big issue is that if Envy's the one that can't play, then there's absolutely nothing that's going to happen here for this team, because Rhinos have been leaning on him so hard today, which is just hilarious in combination with what Envy was able to offer previously, because he wasn't necessarily the star player for this team. So it was sort of like Oxo was the one that was getting the big work done. Fury has always been strong, but hadn't necessarily been Envy, and now he's been able to step up. And now he's stepping down for an extended period of time.
Yeah, the Roadhog especially was doing really good work for him.
That's true, yeah.
Rough start here for Nimbani, for certain for these guys, despite it being their map pick. But finally getting that payload moving. We'll see what happens once we get back into the game. It seems like Afrika, with the limited amount of time that there is for Wings, could very well hold before the second point is reached.
It's like 2.5 minutes or something that they've got to try and get themselves in there, and there's a lot of ult charge actually available for Afrika Freaks if my memory serves.
Yeah, but I mean, we also did see Infinity push every single point in overtime on Nimbani, so I'm not really willing to make a bet on anything occurring here.
I also definitely don't want to make the bet because I don't understand their homework strategy. Like, is it going to be the full procrastination maneuver here for the Rhinos where they actually just like to wait? Like, is that going to be employed once again? I mean, Nimbani does seem to be the option for the procrastination. It's like, only when we have to will we shove this one forward.
Yeah. Trying to see.
Yeah. Looks like something has been somewhat resolved.
There's less people in the booth.
And so that's either really bad or really good.
Yeah, it's hard to say which one it is. But hopefully we'll be getting the countdown for these guys to go ahead and jump back into the game. Not really in the middle of a fight exactly, which is good for them, but some skirmishing going on at the moment. But here we go. I can hear it. I can hear the game, so I think we're good to go, and there we go.
Damn, it would have been really cool if they could have just watched us cast, and we'll just try and tell them exactly what's going on the screen. But
oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, it sounds
radio-style Overwatch broadcasting.
Radio Overwatch. Radio Overwatch. We can make that a thing, Seth. That's our side project. There it is. Earth Shadow available now for Umte. Just waiting for that shield to be out of the way. Spinning around now as well. There's the Earth Shadow. Massive stun.
Multiple hits coming through, and Oxo just going to go ahead and profit off of that one, helping get the pop and the kill onto Rio. Doesn't even have to use the attack visor.
Nicely done. I mean, I would have panic ulted right there saying, oh, I can get all the kills now, but didn't. Holds onto it. They've got 3 still in the bank here for the Rhinos. What else did they give Envy? I mean, it seems to have buffed the whole team.
I don't know. I think they just fixed his, but still massive Earth Shatter there from Umte allows for a huge push coming through from Rhinos Gaming Wings. Not quite going to make it to the point. Looks like a contest will come through from Afrika.
1 minute on the clock.
Gets some damn close. Buy some just more time. Dragon Blade popped out here by Creed, looking for kill in onto Oxo. Nice deflect comes through, but it's not going to last long enough. The nano boost helps take him down. They'll get the pop. Self-destruct tossed out by Tidala. He won't find a kill, and Quartermain falls as well, which almost certainly is going to be the second point here.
That nanovisor response was so beautiful there as well, just understanding that they can cancel out the Genji. The immediate switch actually to come through.
How come every time Freaking Freaks pull back, Attune is still just sitting on the payload as Tracer? I mean, it's not... He's not going to get punished heavily, but it's still just every time this happens.
It's the bloodlust, man.
He's just chilling out.
It's bloodlust. He's like, oh, there's so many enemies.
I guess so.
Kill him.
Well, Oxo swapping in here. Had already used that tac visor, so doesn't have to worry about the ulti charge.
Oh, Creed pops in there. Doesn't manage to pick him up as he's clipped onto the edge, but that was a sexy hook.
Yeah, that's a self-destruct. Not going to find anything. Earthshatter coming out.
Oh,
Locking out
the
multiple
counter
members.
Earthshatter!
Coming through into onto Umpty. They lock him down, and they get rid of Mango as well. And now Rio leading the charge backboard. A hook does come through from Envy, finding Quartermain. So
nice
a nice little answer.
Play, though, here from Rhinos.
Yeah, and a really good Earthshatter from Rio.
Yeah. Backing themselves right back, though.
Making up for a lot of that previous ridicule.
Mostly at the hands of us, to be perfectly honest. Honestly, things haven't necessarily been going well. Whole Hog comes out just to buy some more space.
Pulse
here
Bomb going to get eaten up right there. Not going to find anything.
Oh, dear.
Completely consumed by Fury.
Oh,
he's yet again on
is
point.
Going to fall here as Oxo. Another Earthshatter comes down. That's actually going to stop the nano. Unfortunately, as Envy takes down Na'Vi, Rio once again able to take down his brother-in-arms. They trade that one out. Envy just going nuts. That's a triple as Tidala falls down. Credit to the face.
Yeah, he is still just destroying. Oxo watching the backside, making sure that Attune's not trying to poke in here. Just know if he has that Pulse Bomb ready to go. Another hook for Envy. Finds a kill onto a Creed.
Oh my god, how did that even happen?
Locks down Attune straight into the Deadeye. Envy on the other side of the fight, still just ripping through them.
Welcome to High Noon, my friend, as this is getting pushed. It is so close. 1 meter, and that's going to be it. The full push.
Good God, Mango, the sleep dart to connect. Only 17 seconds left on that clock, but that was a gorgeous play.
Shout out to our observers as well, watching that Deadeye like, oh, look at him, he's zoning everyone out of the way, and then, boop, there's the Tracer, and oops, I'm asleep.
What in the hell just happened to Attune? I would be so tilted.
Oh, yes.
If I was Attune right now, I'd be absolutely fuming after getting hit by that sleep dart. The odds is so slim, but beautifully shot by Mango. A nice finish here by the Wings despite the start of that game.
Yeah, the start of it was rough. Now all they need to do is hold at any point to get themselves through to the next bracket, or next round in this tournament. They are going to jump straight back in here, and Afrika, once again, backs against the wall. Now on the attack, and we'll see whether their compositions are going to change up. It's looking very similar, especially with Tidala now back on this Genji. Does like to start off there. See whether he spins around. Creed now on the Diva, so it looks like they are actually committing to this one, because if Tidala is not on the Genji, he's on the Diva. Sort of how it works out, and he actually played fantastically well on defense for this first point.
Yeah, and no surprises here. Envy just going to be sticking with that Roadhog.
Oh, yeah.
Such a strong finish for him.
Seems to be a man that plays on feel, you know? Like he's got the Roadhog now, but was going completely ballistic on the Genji earlier on. Seems like when he gets his hands on something that he's comfortable with, certainly wants to stick to it. It's Farah earlier on in this series, which feels like so long ago. Sorry, not earlier on in this series, this earlier series. It was so good. Winning that battle nicely.
All right, well, here we go, Afrika on the attack. Let's see what they can do. Still going to be looking at that dive composition with Na'Vi in onto that Ana.
Yeah, June's still hanging out on this Tracer as well, not changing anything at all.
Yeah, a little bit of a wrap around here on the lower left flank.
Fury spots him.
Going in up the main road. He'll be already with a nice hook. Going to be stopping him as he takes just too much damage, has to peel back.
No picks yet though, so
just flanking it from behind.
Tidala gets hit by that bio grenade. Has to wait. As Creed, oh my goodness, Fury already dead. He kills himself though, so they trade the Divas, but Tidala, he's going to be taken out by Humte. I don't even know what happened there. He's probably charged off the edge and then didn't make it back on again. As, oh dear, Envy's going to fall. Navi's going to grab the last hit on that one. Rio takes down Mango as well, and this could be a very quick take now for a Freak of Freaks.
And it looks like it's really going to be just that. It's only Umte left here, and he goes down, so that should just be the cap. Nothing really that Afrika, or that Wings can do to try to stop Afrika from taking this one, so they just have to concede it. 5.5 minutes for the push.
Very different story. Afrika's defense was phenomenal in that first point. Very, very close to just winning the game, or at least winning it right there. There's the pulse bomb, double kill on Envy and Mango.
Envy just jumps right into him and just takes him for a ride that he didn't want to sign up for.
Oxo gets his kill answered there, takes out Rio, but Attune right there to try and help him out. Now dancing around, just eking this payload ever further. Afrika Freaks with a new lease on life now that they're in the attack. Attune has to deal with this big angry monkey who's throwing out the Tesla gun at him. Hit the spare tire. It's a bit of a silly one. Now, catch up here of this payload and be waiting for it. So the Wings see where they can mount the defense, but here's the Nano Blade.
Yeah, it's coming through, swiping away already. Mango taken off.
Oh, big kill on a Fury.
Yeah, they go ahead, they get it with the self-destruct, but the Fury does get Attune with his own, so just gonna be an exchange of members here. Wings popping that sound barrier, gonna be matched by a Freak of Freaks, trying to stick in here, trying to keep this payload moving forward. Dala his way up towards another Dragon Blade, but hasn't gotten it yet.
They figure it out and manage to take down the Diva. Titler as well is going to fall as Oxo answers that on the back end of that fight, so a little bit of a stagger as well. Oh, nice hook! Was interrupted there by the Primal Rage from Envy, but he's just going to have to bounce his way out. Navi's going to fall, and a Freak of Freaks need to back away. Looks like this first point is going to be achieved relatively easily here in this Streets phase. Oh, sorry, at least stopped, sorry, for the moment on this Streets phase.
Yeah, still a lot of time, though, for Freak of Freaks to keep this one moving. Attune going low, dashes over, gets the med kit. Hook not going to connect in here from Creed. Now pushing out onto the balcony.
Big
looking for a couple more picks.
happening.
Everybody just spilling out of the window there.
Oh,
Hook
big
comes through,
hook!
finds Cape and just knocks him down. Shoot him right at the knees.
Though, I mean, that's the only good news story here for the Rhinos was that one hook, because everything else going well here for Afrika, and they will move this payload ever further. Should be able to get onto this first point.
Yeah, that's going to be it. That's going to be a massive time bank to move forward with 4.5 minutes. This is that 17 seconds. Rhinos was able to improve for themselves. Things looking up here for Afrika Freaks. Still riding that momentum wave even after the pause. Attune wrapping around from the back.
Yeah, after
Not
what was
exactly
such a
being
good finish
subtle
from the Rhinos. I mean, you talk about momentum, but I mean, after the pause, the Rhinos came back, pushed it all the way up, and now Afrika just turning it all around again.
Gets the
really
stick.
Nice pulse bomb onto
Takes
Attune.
out a gate. Let's see how much more they can open up with Creed coming in. Has that whole hog pop. Dunking down Envy, pushing him back towards the spawn. The payload just keeps on rolling in.
Oh,
Hook
big
lands
hook!
onto Mango, and Creed showing up huge, doing his best Envy impersonation from the last round. And working out pretty damn well, you'd have to say. Fury falls. 4 members dead on the side of Wings.
This payload just cruises through. It's only got a meter to go. There's the Earth Shatter as well as Afrika Freaks should be able to bring this one forward. That's going to be it with 4 minutes on the clock.
The snapback from Oxo on the Tracer takes him off the payload. And the final push comes through. Afrika, huge performance on this second half of Nimbani. And now it's
gonna take a bit of a miracle.
It's gonna be so rough for Rhinos Gaming Wings to close this one out. 17 seconds, all that they had left.
Yep. And I mean, it was a hero performance to try and get themselves to there, but I thought that they'd have some sort of plan to really attempt to stall out that first point, because they conceded it so quickly. And there just wasn't any way that they could opt back in. Like, Streets phase looked okay towards the beginning as far as getting some form of stall, but it never lasted long enough. And the Afrika Freaks, just with more control, were able to get the work done.
Yeah. So now up to a minute here is Wings. First one's off on the attack. Afrika Freaks bumped up to 426.
Oh my goodness.
Full hold for them would almost certainly mean victory with the amount of time that they have in the bank. But we have seen crazier things from the Wings here today.
Oh, yes.
Retake on Hollywood. A very surprising one. But can they replicate it? All the pressure is stacked against them right now. They come out. Oxo going to be kicking things off. The solo DPS yet again. Yep. Operating with that Soldier 76.
And he's still comfortable with that Roadhog. We'll see whether he can actually land the hooks they need, because if they can start off a fight well, then that's going to be able to get them through. But remember, there is no time on this clock. Almost down to that 30-second mark. Zambi looking for a flanking play here. In fact, everyone just piling in through the backside. They're once again looking to try and head into that house. They do get themselves up here towards the high ground, but look, there's not a heck of a lot of time. They need to get down there onto that point and start capping it ASAP. Oh, good
nice
hook onto Creed.
That's going to be the open up here. Creed does not go down, however. He is still alive and in the fight. Heal deny coming through. Gets locked down in onto Envy. He goes a little bit low, but should be healed back up. But
Oxo's taken down.
He can't say the same. He's too far forward. Gets taken out, as does Mango. A lot of the healing taken away from the Wings, and now Envy falls. Atune gets Umte, and this is likely to be it. Wings completely getting shattered. It's all on Fury to buy enough time. But there's just no one close enough. He flies up into the air, no self-destruct. He'll get popped out, taken down, and that should just be it.
Yeah, overtime is going to tick down, and oh wait, they made it back on. Oxo got in there, just dashed his way up, but I believe
that's it.
This should be it. The Freak of Freaks.
Umte needed the charge in, didn't go for it. So the hold comes through, and now all Afrika need to do
get onto that point.
Get onto the point and cap it.
They barely even need to do that, I don't think. Yeah, there was not a lot of cap.
They just need to stand on it for a little while. So seems highly likely that Rhinos will be falling into the bottom of the bracket, and that Afrika will be taking one step closer to Apex Season 3 to maintaining their spot alongside their sister team.
Stunning performance by the Afrika Freaks in the back end of this series, I have to say. This is a team that we had a lot of doubts for, but their fortitude coming in tonight has been very, very good. Shout out to Rhinos for, being troopers. They've been here for about 11 hours, something like that. As Envy's going to switch to the Mei. Here it is. Stall tactics coming in, and a Gape. He's on the Tourbillon. Oh, they've got a present for me today.
This is, this is just the Hail Mary play.
The Ultra Stall.
Basically, Wings have, I'd say, about a 40-second window where if nobody dies, maybe they can stall this out for a significant amount of time. But if Envy or a Gape dies in like the first 40 seconds of this game,
if Rhinos ever leave the point and someone manages to touch it, they lose. That is how this works. It's the same as the Flash Lux victory that we saw earlier on.
Yep, you see that right there, 1.6%.
Yep.
Is all that Afrika needs.
That is not going to take very long to get to, as Atune's just looking for the cheeky.
And dashes in, says, oh, maybe somebody will move off the point. I'll just get it real quick.
Fury understands that he needs to be sticking on here. Atune's going to take down Umte, though. This is a big problem. Envy is looking for those right-click pops.
Not really finding any contact here with the
shots. Tidal does just deflect into the turret. Very difficult for Tourbillon to get much done against that one.
Oxo's dead.
God. Afrika Freaks tearing up the Rhinos here, as a Gape actually does manage to take down Quartermain, but Navi's going to answer, and Rio's going to take down yet another turret. Fury gets rid of Atune, though, and there's a lot of kills actually going back and forth. Rhinos need to stay on this point forever. Fury knows that he has that duty, but Umte's in here as well.
I mean, honestly, the hold comes out really well here for Rhinos. And it's 78% on the Molten Core, almost a self-destruct here for Fury that he can use the zone Afrika off the point. So they do have a couple tools here. Having that Blizzard from Envy would definitely be the most desirable thing at the moment. But it's still a long ways to go. It's still 3 minutes on the clock. But so far, start off pretty well. Armor packs coming out for everybody.
I like it. Throwing out that candy. Unfortunately not allowed to use the...
nice fortifying candy. Rio jumping forward, he goes low. You can see Tidal actually getting shredded on your screen.
Atune throws down the pulse bomb. Don't think it actually connected, though, as there's the self-destruct. Oxo takes down Tidal, and that's going to be Fury picking up the kill onto Rio. That is unacceptable, to be perfectly frank. But it doesn't even really matter.
I mean,
they still have a fair bit of time left.
I mean,
so far,
they still just keep buying more and
5
more time.
ultimates now for the Rhinos. And with that Molten Core, that is huge for a game.
If they pull this off, this would be one hell of a victory.
Well, Tidal just stacking that one up. 92% now. 98. He's going to have that Dragon Blade for the next push. There it is.
Yeah,
Does get the Nano Blade boost there as well. So Tidal takes down Mango first up. Can he get more? Oxo's going to fall. Creed is going to get taken down to mini Demon form, but Tidal takes down Envy. Oh my goodness. They're wiping through, just waiting for those ultimates.
The Molten Core turret is still firing off, though. It has not gone down yet. You can see Agape still relatively healthy, trying to stick around inside the point, throwing out the armor bags, trying to keep himself filled
That
up,
ain't enough, and that's going to be it. A freak of freaks. Pull it back against all odds. And you have to say, it all came down to that Jibby. When Gibraltar does you that proud, you're going to be able to carry that one all the way through, Achilleos.
I wanted to believe in Agape there. I wanted to believe that they could come out with the victory, the massive stall with the May Torbjorn, but unfortunately for Rhinos Gaming Wings, they fall short. Afrika, they get the slight tick